6 different home maps. We have the beginning of a steal here for the Max, who is playing Malians. His teammate Roomstock is playing Spanish. But it looks to be stopped by the Frank-Ethiopian composition here for the Chinese team. It feels like Franks and Ethiopians might be the strongest pack here. At least in my books. I'm a bit surprised that we see Spanish and Malians here in the very first round. We all remember it is hidden pick civilization, no repeat, and we have a lot of non-TC starts, so I even feel Malians an even worse pick than I expected. Could have been so good on Nomad, and well, this is a time where all of you post your predictions in the chat. Finland against China, what do you think? I personally feel, especially with the weird tip choices in game number 1, that China has a good spot here to take this whole series. I say 4-2 for China. Finland, okay, 4-2 for China as well. China number 1, Finland. Well, that's true. Max collecting that here, and still didn't take his board number 2 and 3. Roomstock, 3 on wood. Might indicate something aggressive here. 3 on berries, and maybe scouts here. Oh, he will take some damage against the TC. 4-3, 3-4, 4-1. Okay, interesting. Mr. Yo, quite a wall of a map. Can wall this off. And, well, not the greatest gold though. Let's see how he can work with that. We're expecting him to go for archers in some way. Looks to go for scouts. You already need to start farming, and a lot of villagers on berries here to compensate for the boar loss. Which team will sling more res over the span of the series? A tricky one. Good question. Ooh. I will go with Finland. Finland always got craziest fanbase, sadly they never win anything. Well, they won the last Nomad 2v2 tournament, right? Against Tado and Doubt in the finals. So, kind of disagreed. Slinger stock. Well, he is a treasure stock to begin with. And that will be some drush to accompany that. So we will see Drush FC from the Max. And a Trush from Roomstock against Mr. Yo, who plays Man at Arms, and Lux, who plays Scouts from the other side. Roomstock, is he trying to avoid this? 6 villagers walking over, obviously eco not the greatest to begin with now. And 3 Men at Arms, they could do quite a bit. Could even squeeze in a 4th one if you're Ethiopians. Kind of surprised that he isn't doing that. He should have the resources quite easily, receiving an extra 100 food and 100 gold once she reaches the feudal age. Plus Wolf helping out here. Roomstock starts with the barracks. Wasn't it Team Islands for the first map? No. It's always Arabia, and then we have 6 home maps. Where did the Drush go? Okay, at the frontier. Even went for 5 militia. What a weird strategy. To really make the Trush happen here. 1 militia already down. 2nd militia is going down. 3rd one very low. Please, Monsieur, don't tell me that you're finishing that man-at-arm upgrade with not a single militia left. He has 0 military and invested into the man-at-arm upgrade. Now needs to go for the defensive tower. Did he already switch onto stone? Yes, he did. That's going to be a tough one. The Max even adds more militia. What is this? Can't remember. And look at how many farms he already built, although he had so much food left. And now goes for another sheep. The Max, that's not optimal, my friend. And, well, he's going for the big walls. Has 2 on gold. That's the Eternal Drush. That's kind of Huang plus Vivi strategy here. And, well, Mr. Yo, defensive tower, he should be fine at least in that regard. But open wood, kind of a slip up by Mr. Yo to not build a fourth militia and then click man-at-arm, not cancel it, and lost all his militia. It's looking good for the Finns for now, but looks obviously untouched, and he, with an early market, should do quite a bit with his scouts. I'm surprised that he only has 2 out for now. I only produced 1 at, well, 12-minute mark. Kind of okay. Small pause here. Remember that it's 1.5 minutes in the future, so maybe something big was happening. Also, we could have some connection issues. We will see. Quite surprised by the villager distribution here. And like, why is he starting more farms? I think he should just pull more or put more on boars and sheep first. Is it possible to change colors? No, not in team game. I could like go for the max, and then we could have something like this. He is blue, his teammate is yellow, and all enemies are red. But every time I change it, it's just red for Yo and Lux, and I really don't want that. So we will stay with those colors. It's the big problem here. Roomstock plays with friend foe colors, and that's why he always picks gray to annoy his opponent and, well, potentially get something on the minimap that is not spotted. Indeed, the max already had 9 militia and lost 2 units. Roomstock maybe taking a small sauna break.
Yes.
2 defensive towers, not the greatest one, really protecting the woodline here. And I wanted to pretend the broken walls. A bit surprising to me. I think Yo could have walled his east flank a little more to the north. Useless wouldn't have some part of the hill in his base. You mean this? Well, he never really had time to do that, right? So he wanted to go forward with men-at-arms. We have a 16-minute fuel age time, by the way. And aggressive tower by Lux. Trying to pressure that area. 3 gold spots kind of at the front here. Maybe another tower at the left-hand side could be nice. So yeah, the wall could have been a bit more here to the right hand side, but it just costs you so much more time. What a wild game, and the moment I'm collecting highlights of 2018 and potentially, well, if we look at this start, not the worst one. See what they can deliver in the long run. Spanish and Malians, it seems like they had a good plan. Oh god, those militia running on the TC. Can we see some more quick walls? Not really. 2 militia already going down. Third one is taking a big volley. And Lux, he needs to go for some more quick walls here in the back. Otherwise, those militia, soon to be men-at-arms, are doing more damage than we expected, honestly. And Roomstock, he continues his trash over there. Feels like he did enough damage here. And well, 1 villager will be stuck. Can Lux somehow save her by deleting that wall? But that would mean that villager could be trapped as well. 1 villager down. Second villager at 7 HP. Probably will get home. But those men-at-arms, they can be annoying for sure. And the breakthrough at the front here. The max is building the defensive tower. Didn't get the one up early enough. Now with the defensive spearman not taking any damage from the tower, so he should be fine. Those scouts, only 1 kind of hurt. Spearman is getting a good hit off. Men-at-arms breaking that at the same time. And the max, he is more annoying than we would have thought. Defensive tower here against the trash of Roomstock. Another villager going down here, and she might go down as well. 1 more hit indeed. And seems like the max kind of stabilized at that side. Now goes for a market and some scouts himself. That's something I didn't see coming. Thought that would be more of the fast castle approach. Roomstock, 1 on gold. Still stays somewhat on stone. Tries to stay active with this trash. Oh, didn't wall the tower completely. Loses some spearmen here, but that is just so annoying. More of those men-at-arms. Even goes for the +1 defense. Another defensive tower here for the max. Stays active and annoying. The max getting all the upgrades in the book. Villager count 6 more at the moment for the Finns, I want to say, but Roomstock just lost some. So, well, close to being equal now. Nah, the max bought another 200 stone to build a defensive tower here. Didn't really like that tower too much. I think over here could have been the better spot. Now rushes to the front with those villagers. Nice timing. Saw the scout being at the right hand side and felt like, hey, this is my timing. I can just re-wall the front. Even right clicks it a bit. No, not really. Need to save that villager for sure. Sends him back home and is focusing down on the tower. That villager might actually go down. Tower ward at the right hand side will probably go in favor of the max. 5 villagers again. So 5 villagers as well. And it is fletching against no fletching. So could be better for Lux here. We're still trying to get something rolling for himself at home. Yo, with the weirdest trash ever. Sneaked around, tries to tower that stone. But Roomstock, he finds another one. Tower cleared up. That tower will be cleared up as well. Roomstock even trying to wall in those villagers. They can't escape, but Lux just runs. Okay, time to take a good look at resources. We had some engagement here, sorry for missing that. Men-at-arms doing still quite a lot of damage here against those scouts. That's, well, are getting more hits than I expected. 1 HP on that one? Yes, indeed. Now the men-at-arms, all very low though, should get cleared up. And, well, still got 2 scouts in exchange. More than they could have hoped for. 400 food at the moment for Lux. Now switching on to gold. Mr. Yo, he can click up any second. That's a ballsy tower by Roomstock here in the face of Mr. Yo. Easily defended by our Chinese superstar. Who, well, is just fighting so close to Sissy. Roomstock's resources, he will click up eventually. And the max as well. Actually up to Castle Age, the earliest. Yeah, no archers to be seen. That's why the men-at-arms paid off. Well, that was maybe part of the strategy, right? And, well, we're gonna love those Finns with their creative playstyles. Uh-oh, but scouts are in now. Yeah, they're low HP, but still had enough HP to snag one of those villagers. Can they even snag 2? Oh, God. And, well, I sound a bit like a broken record, but people are doing more with their army than I kind of expected. Did everyone get wheelbarrow? Well, this is something I would really love to have in the spec overlay. Like, that I can just switch through something and it shows, okay, already has wheelbarrow or something. The list of eco upgrades would be really nice. Roomstock trying to fight this. Mr. Yo, super annoying. Mia has more villagers. Roomstock the latest to castle. Everyone pretty close together, actually in the range of 1 minute. Lovely stuff. How good is Lux? No, tricky to say, right? I think he's somewhat underrated because he had never had any good performances in any 1v1 tournaments. Double bit X, by the way, for Mr. Yo only now. And archers could be annoying. Roomstock, does he have enough stone for a castle? No, he won't. Doesn't have a stable either, so that's going to be tricky for him. And, well, what can I say? Looks, he has been super good in tournaments over the last more than 5 years. Most of his achievements were in team game tournaments though, so really tricky to say how good he is. I think his rating is like 2.4k or something. Max has fledgling indeed. Yeah, Lux is probably number 4 at the moment. Double with X from Lux as well. Everyone's getting Botkin arrow, at least 3 players. And the max paid 80 stone. Roomstock buying another stone, buying more stone. Really wants to get up to his castle. Having some troubles there though. Tower taking the house. That's why the tower war is going in favor of the max, who is staying on 2 stables. Oh, got some knights here in the back of Mr. Lux. Getting some kills here. Will even snag a 3rd one. Kind of pulling the lead, at least for him, over at that side. And Roomstock, he bought himself the castle. And it's a lot of crossbowmen by Mr. Yo though. Can he get anything rolling? Castle won't be denied. And they are really spread out now, all those crossbowmen. Let's see what the Kongs will do. Will be really tricky for Yo to be completely walled. Map kind of open. Builds a defensive castle here. Surprising to me. We won't really see shoulders against conquistadors though. So it's completely defensive castle. Maybe could have made an argument to place it down here then. Just protect the gold and the wood a bit better. But, well, I think that's an easy passage for Roomstock as well. The max +1/+1 on his knights, has bloodlands as well. Roomstock, 43 villagers. Everyone pretty close overall. Quite an even game. Score not so great. Roomstock, he needs to count on his conquistadors to do some damage now. Getting some shots done here, has +1 defense, gets a 2nd TC up, and stays heavily on stone. It's quite surprising to me. Normally, after you see people go for the castle, they pull villagers away to distribute them a bit better, to get the kind of weak Spanish eco rolling a bit better for himself. Another round of villager kills here. Oh, and Lux, he didn't see that coming either. Down to 45 villagers. Now 8 advantage here for the Finns. Not the most important thing. Lux with some aggression. Max, he's heavily on stone. Quite surprising to me for a Malian player. Which sees for him waypoint on the 3rd one not too great. Maybe double Kongs from Roomstock. Don't really make too much sense in my opinion though. That total will easily go down. Walls won't finish for Mr. Yo here. Can he maybe gate this up? Could be the only option. Otherwise 3 conquistadors are obviously fast enough. Okay, well, 100 HP. He quick walled that. Has this one of 250 HP. Defensive tower now. Even some of the range of the Kongs. Now we see an X of Lux. So they're trying to double this up. Monk of the max. Didn't really get anything rolling for himself. And that looks like an aggressive castle. Indeed. Might even put it down a bit more aggressively. And that's blocking the big wood line. 2 gold spots. Should be really ugly for the max. Who... well, where's the 3rd gold spot? Over here. So that will be tricky for him. Maybe it cannot be reached. But, well, he has Botkin as well, right? Oh, look at that. 2 TC, only 1 working, 50 population, fast Imperial for Mr. Yo here. Interesting. Max, he stays castle age. This will be ugly. I don't really see how they can stop all the Arbalest of the Ethiopian here. Looks, he should stay on mass knights indeed, so that they don't have any problems in castle age. And Max, I would be surprised if he gets a conversion here. Well, knights are going to the left-hand side. Let's take a look. Split off now. 3 monks, very split off. 2 conversions here. That was actually pretty good for the Max. Micros that one back. Well, that one is going to die, but that was still quite efficient, and I don't really know what those villagers were up to. But that's a solid defense for the Max. Big problem still is those Ethiopian Arbalists. Don't really see how they can be stopped. Doomstock's eco not too great. He needs to make something happen ASAP here. Hasn't enough stone for another castle. Don't really think that an aggressive castle should be the greatest thing ever though. Looks only at 66 villagers. Now takes to Bowsaw. We see the important upgrades here from Mr. Yo. And that's going to be more dead villagers. Max, he has to be happy with how much he's getting done with all the raids. But he's also receiving some damage here. And no chance to clear that up. This is going to be so ugly. More camels going down. The knights as well. Raid somewhat stopped now. Maybe staying under the CC for a bit long. But that's a scary flock of Arbalists for sure. Don't really see that doing too much. Oh, tricky castle here. Roomset doesn't know about that defensive castle of Mr. Yo. Yes? Well, then it's really weird that he built an aggressive castle against a guy who's already imp, has a defensive castle with a higher hill close by. I think this castle will just go down so quickly. Don't like this. Really don't like this by Roomstock. Maybe he thinks, okay, I need to buy my teammate, the Max, a bit more time. Look at that, Max. He's just going for the poor man's defense here. Guard tower, Botkin arrow, at least a Mangono. Could maybe lose some more. Yo, not too active at the moment at this spot. And now, maybe some gold problems. 1 trap out for him. And I think once he gets 2 or 3 traps out, it's impossible for Roomstock to keep anything up there. Oh, tricky spot for the Finns. I like the position here of the Chinese. And Arbalists, they're all having full HP as well. That is spotted. Those are only stolen sheep. Oh, but Conquistadors now coming over. An aggressive castle against Lux. That makes so much more sense. Will force the traps to be way more in the open. Lux, he will snag some villagers, but the castle will go up. The knights will go down against all the Conquistadors here. They are trying to get some damage done, not the most important thing, and this will be somewhat annoying. Arbalists, they aren't doing the damage that I thought. Maybe they could have moved in here, in the back, but we had more and more guard towers. So, well, makes a bit of sense. Even masonry from the Max. What? That's an upgrade we rarely see in Castle Age. Interesting. That castle instantly went down, but forced another castle. Did get the TC and the farm, so not too bad. John J, thanks for 2 months. Oh, Arbalest, they have to get some kills here for sure. Trade is started by Roomstock. Probably kind of a misclick. Let's take a look. Split off here. That was somewhat of a hit. And this is getting really ugly now for Roomstock. Villager count. Well, we have roughly 30 more here for the Finns because of the max boom, but it's still 1 player in Imp and 3 players in Castle Age, and Roomstock here realizes we don't have an answer to the Arbalest. The push is somewhat stopped. He lost his CC over here. Will be more dead villagers, and China is taking the win here on map number 1. And it felt like they kind of decided on the strategy and didn't really realize how good the map of Mr. Yo was, or how well he defended this, honestly. Like, kept the gold alive, had the defensive stone, towered this up, and just kept his eco rolling. And then the fast imp on Arbalest, just so powerful for Ethiopians. Roomstock couldn't really get onto Kongs early enough, and the Max, well, I don't want to say overboomed because you need a strong eco with Malians, but simply not having the strong units as quickly as Mr. Yo, and that's why we see the W here. Strong play by China to start off this best of 7 grand finals. Unfortunate gold spots as well. The Man at Arms did quite a bit in the back of looks there. Was there sling in this game? Yeah, like 229 or something from Finland. I think it was the max slinging stone to roomstock. Okay, it's Civ picks. So now it's Arabia, and we have to switch this around. Next map will be Water Nomad. C stands for China, F stands for Finland. And we will have Finland without Spanish and without Malians, which I really hate. Look at those maps. Still have Nomad. Well, they're so good. No, not a big fan. Not a big fan. On the other side, the W for China, Ethiopians, and Franks. Good for them. We are still early in this series, obviously, though. So next maps will be Water Nomad and Team Islands. Expecting Vikings, expecting Japanese, and expecting a longboat fast castle. Let's see how China plays against that. What is Sandbank? We will see. It's yeah, it's my green t-shirt. It's my orange t-shirt from Nearly Thank You. Sandbank. How can we say it? Think about Highland? Not really. Okay, let's just say everyone has a small own part, like in Highland. And instead of rivers, which are way bigger, it's sand. So units can cross there and ship as well. Oh, so what? That's why T90 said to this chat type F to Finland after the game 1. What? F is to pay respect. It's a meme. You probably answered already, but was there any progress regarding Baekti's visa? I did all my part now. Now it's on him. And the postal. Yeah. So I applied to everything. It was horrible. And I sent it to his hometown now, and now he needs to go to his embassy and everything should work out. He said F is for Finland and C is for China. Okay. Why was it horrible? Well, there's so many applications I had to do, so many forms to fill, and yeah, I couldn't do it on my own because I don't have a stable income, and you need a stable income, so I had to ask someone else to kind of vouch for me now, or to vouch for Baekti, and dragging someone else to go into all that bureaucracy waiting stuff. Kinda ugly. Did you prove them how financially trustworthy you are? I needed to, but I couldn't. Yeah. So, as I said, I need to ask a friend. What a Nomad aka Sling the Viking? I think Sling the Viking isn't the best thing. I think Viking fast castle and someone plays very aggressively is a bit better. Because it's very tough to be completely walled. You have good friends? Yeah, I do. It should be easier than that? Well, I don't trust Vietnamese people. come to Germany. They just want to make sure that he's leaving the country as well. Okay, we're looking into Water Nomad map number 2 here, the home map of the Finns. We again have Vikings for the max, but this time we have Broomstock playing Celts. On the other side, we have Persian for Lux and Malay for Mr. Yo. So somewhat of the meta, I'd say. I personally believe to have Chinese plus Vikings to be the best, but having Chinese for all the other Nomad maps makes a lot of sense to be saved. That's why I thought we see Vikings and Japanese. Huh. Maybe Celts is even better for the sling. And, well, that's a big problem. Broomstock, he is super far away now. And Lux somewhat in the center, Mr. Yo in the back. I think if you're Malay, you should always try to spawn very much in the center. The Max at the top here should have quite an easy wall off. And someone of an okay start. He built his dock a bit too far at the edge of the map for my taste. Broomstock is likely going to sling. Yeah, we can agree to that. Does have a very open map though, so will make it quite tricky. Needs to wall big time, not really protected woodline, and that's what I said. If Lux is playing this quite aggressively, I think he should just crush Broomstock here. I also don't like Persians for this map, since we still have Nomad left and Civilization that he could really have saved there. Mr. Shine, nearly the E to you. So, not a big fan of the TIF choices by both teams at the moment. And hope to see they prepared some strategies that I didn't think of just yet. Lumber camp by Mr. Lux tries to rush it out to get the second building, to get to feudal age, and will click up any second. That will be his solid 649 timing, and well, that will be some pressure for sure. He's not on gold for now send. He needs to send more than 2 villagers, I believe. I think 3 would make a lot more sense, maybe even 4. Did he scout that gold? What is he doing? Don't tell me he's going for that gold. He's going for stone. Lux is trashing. Lux is trashing Broomstock on this map. Nearly your boy. Okay. I didn't expect this at all. Broomstock, if he gets a single demo out, remember, a demo one-shots a villager. Only 2 on stone. That's so weird. Shio will play Malay. We will see the normal FC that we are expecting from the max. And Broomstock, can he wall in time? Even the barracks by Lux. This is just so weird. You can just get shredded so easily. A fire galley can defend this forward as well. Yeah, 12 villager trush with 4 villager forward. That's an 8 villager eco. Yeah, he has some fishing ships working for himself though. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, they're trying to keep him away from slinging, but still. The max, he doesn't need to get slung. He can easily win against Mr. Yo if he's playing Malay. 744 from him. What is he up to? 2 dogs, 3 dogs, fire galleys towards the max, who's already completely walled, so won't have any problems there. Trust now continues. Broomstock, does he have a defensive stone somewhere? Yes, he does. Let's build a mill to rush out the market to sling afterwards. And now we see probably a hop here. What? Looks with the stable? What are we seeing? Why didn't he try to hop? I think he can just jump over this wall if it's diagonal. Quite surprised that he isn't trying that. So now sending villagers, tries to rush out Loom to get a defensive tower up. Tower at 13 HP, could have been focused down. Not really. Fire galleys won't do anything against the mechs, who will just dominate this game. And, well, I did criticize Norway to not really knowing the meta, at least SY is taking the initiative in their own hands, but this also simply doesn't feel right. Scout now? I want to see what the scout does. Shouldn't really be doing too much. Boomstock only needs to sling 200 food, 300 food, and then everything is fine as well. Even slings way more. Just accepts his fate. Builds a fire galley to defend this. Should be quite an easy hold for him. And, well, more villagers coming forward here for Lux. He feels like, okay, now I'm up to 19 villagers. Shouldn't be a big problem. Defensive. Fire galley. Now the scouts, they should do zero stuff. And, yeah, that's a problem here, Mr. Yo. That's why I said, if you're Malay and play this fast uptime, you need to be in the center of the map. Just think about it. If he is one screen closer, could have done so much more. Let's add a galley here as well. 1335, actually not the greatest uptiming, I think. Didn't the max do like 12.5 last time? But well, with the sling. A bit earlier though. But still, 1335. I think Terror did like 1220 or something the other day. A bit behind, but still, should just simply dominate this game. More sling, we have a dock very much in the center of the map. And a dock number 4, meaning that Lux will be extremely exposed here. And some more beautiful fish. Has 10 fishing ships working for himself. Yo, how far is he away from upping to Castle Age? Well, he can click pretty damn soon. Now, some more aggression against the tower. Scouts aren't achieving anything. I don't really know why he added those to begin with. Fire galley, 6 HP. Will the tower get the kills? 6 HP here, what is he doing? Oh, still minimum range. So weird. So Yo, clicking up now. But still, longboats. What's the answer to that? Maybe if we can keep the numbers very low. But how? Boomstock doing a great job of keeping his stone up as well. Thing is repairing. The scouts are doing 0 damage at the moment. Fire galleys now coming over. Just think about like 2-3 demos just squeezing in. Could just be so deadly. Or at least some of the fishing ships are going down. And Mr. Yo, if he does major damage against Roomstock now, was just trying to move out to that gold spot. If the fire galleys are squeezing in, that could be pretty good. Maybe even focusing down the tower here. Just think about a single demo could do so much. Roomstock, he's in some troubles. Now the scouts are coming over as well, and that's looking ugly for our Grey Finn. Here, scouts getting the tower down, and that will be the end of the sling. Now all eyes on the max. He will face some fire galleys, but longboats, they're pretty strong against all those. Oh, not fire galleys, fire ships even. Did get some damage. Roomstock, some trouble still. More towers, and well, that's the end of the sling. That's why I said sling isn't the best one here. It's getting punished, and Lux didn't even go for the optimal strategy, but it's still the max probably dominating against Mr. Yo here, simply with the better units. In this situation, should the person getting the sling go defend his ally or attack? Well, defense if Roomstock is still getting resources. If he still has his villagers working, it's totally fine. If not, you kind of need to defend him and free him. But Lux has so many towers that the longboats can't really do too much. So at the moment, might even go for the tombstock style. Delete this and build a new TC over here. And then it's easier to defend. Okay, so room stock in huge problems. KD for the max 4-1. That shouldn't really get too much worse. Okay, that's now an engagement. Fire galley or fire ships pretty close here. And room stock, that's 3 losses. That he really should not have gotten. Which accounts very even. Quite surprising. The max obviously with the best eco here. And 10 fishing ships working for himself. Room stock down to 0 though. What's his defense? For now just defending, building some towers. Sling from Mr. Lux onto Yo as well. What can he do? Mr. Yo far away from imping, so that's not really an option. Now add some demos here. The max. And wants to get ballistics out pretty soon as well. Longbow production continues, and that's a scary force. Now 70 military. Again, 70 military from Yo as well. But as we all know, Vikings just so much more efficient in that spot. The sling from Lux should be better than the sling from Rubenstock though. Oh wait, Rubenstock sending villagers over and Lux didn't really take care. Oh man, why are we never seeing a single demo? Just think about if Lux prepared a demo down here and then just ran over and killed every single villager. Would have been so great. Oh, Lux not losing a single villager for now. Don't see any engagement. Some raids maybe in the back here. Born in Otter. Thanks for 300 biddies. Ballistics now. Mr. Yo. 2 TCs for him. Getting some more resources. Mr. Yo, let's take a look. Mainly war galleys at the moment. His raids at the sides, not the greatest thing ever. Let's get another tower up here. One more scout being built. A lot of low HP villagers around. The max buying himself 100 food. Is that for something special? No, just, yeah, it's too much gold. And Mr. Yo, he cannot take this fight. Another scout added. And I think Lux, he will get more villagers. Roomstock, not the greatest move at the moment. Tries to micro back a bit here, maybe. At least he should, in my opinion. More villagers could be pulled. Low HP scouts add some more. 30 villagers here for Roomstock, but we're going down to 35 for Lux as well. Apparently he lost some somewhere. And, well, Roomstock with a solid defense here. Tries to micro with his villagers. Gets some more over and over again. It's just the max probably dominating this game here in the long run. 8 villagers ahead and it's longboats clearing up all that at the top. We have now ballistics for Mr. Yo. Can he maybe someday get onto galleons? 40 food at the moment, not a single farm for him. 6 fishing ships is his whole food income. Yeah, we have some sling from Lux. Nothing that makes me super happy. Oh god, 32 longboats now. How can you stop that? Demos are super good. Remember that Lux can't get any demos. Lux could even lose his TC here. If the max wanted to contest this. Luckily he has double the HP, but still. Point of tower. Just focusing on, and you see how quickly he's losing all his HP on the tower. Yeah, Mr. Yo is coming over and trying to help some. That's why the max is retreating. But it should just be the max owning everything here. Careening now for him as well. Gives him extra defense against all those war galleys. Not the greatest engagement for the max at the moment, but Yo can't take this either. I think that's a horrible fight for Mr. Yo. He needs to go back. He really needs to think about getting imps, and maybe with galleons he can do something there. Won't have the better eco either, and Roomstock, well, the max just chasing this down. Do we see any demo hits? Could be really good against those clumped up longboats. Roomstock now with the normal sling again. Gets all his towers up, and kind of weird how he survived that attack with all the defensive towers. Luckily he had the defensive stone there. If it wasn't for that stone, I think he would have died. Yo, maneuvering in. Will he get some shots off? Well, some. Doesn't look like ballistics to me though. We have a university and soon the upclick to him. But the max not too far behind. So yo, up to him. 29-11 timing. 58 villagers for him. Lux goes full fuel late sling. But just losing so many villagers over and over again. Yeah, builds another defensive tower. But that won't really help for too long, as we saw earlier. Full galleons could now be the option for Mr. Yo. Well, that looks like ballistics. Okay, so my bad. Max now moving over. He wants to go for the kill against Mr. Yo before he gets all his upgrades. Oh, he even goes for rams here. That's just so good on this map. Handcart for Mr. Yo. That's a fight he can never really take, especially just so shortly before him. Just needs to go back. This is a horrible fight for Mr. Yo. He needs to fall back. And I think he should not even go for handcart. 57 villagers here. I think he really should have focused on Bracer and Galleon upgrade before that. Look at that, now reaches Imp. Cannot afford a single of those upgrades. Is buying some food for himself. Will need to be pulled away here. And 36 population for Lux, 41 for room stock. So we can completely ignore that. That's all about the max against Yo, who's now taking on 2 Galleons. No Bracer for now though. Lux paid some stone, which isn't really too important. Harbors! Oh wait. I will take that back. Harbors are so sick on this map. Just think about it. You can spam those around everywhere and your enemy cannot really engage. So, getting extra stone really helps out for Mr. Yo. Let's take a look. Is he building that castle somewhere? No. Did he? I thought he had more stone just a second ago. Again, the max with early masonry. Quite impressive. Oh, not impressive. Noteworthy. Let's call it that way. And the rams will go down. Max built some more docks here. Yo now goes for chemistry. He soon has all the upgrades. Machine careening though. That we already mentioned. The max has Yo kind of stopped producing villagers here. Don't really love that. 55 at the moment. The max not too far away from carrying himself. Let's take a look. Has 3 ETCs, 2 producing villagers at the moment. Can instantly upgrade to elite longboats. Soon after that he can click on for Bracer as well, and then I think he should just win every single fight. What is the stats? 165.8. I think it's 168 or something. But simply the more damage output, the movability, just so much nicer, and obviously the extra arrows really kicking in as well. Let's compare the stats now. 168 and 8 defense. Yeah, so 5 more. Longboats have 5 less HP, but do the extra arrows, and therefore more damage than the 8 is actually saying here. Let's take a look. Those galleons, they should just get shredded. Need to run instantly. Some will go down. Maxi should have maybe even right-clicked more in that area to block all those galleons off. Some of them are stuck now. Won't get home. Just need to fight a bit more to at least do some guaranteed damage. Galleon production. We maybe have a switch into heavy demos. That could be a good option. Don't really see that happening just yet though. That's the kind of problem for longboats. How much they clump up, or at least that's not a problem. That's an option, right? How much wood does Rubenstock have in this area? Okay. This is running dry eventually. Stays on fuel late, goes for wheelbarrow. Number of arrows stays the same. Okay. I think I didn't comment on that at all. Wheelbarrow min 35. Well, it's not about all the minutes, right? It's about 46 and you only have one farm. So I'm not even sure if wheelbarrow is efficient at the moment. Oh, longboat rate over here as well, and that's just the problem. Longboats, they're just so nice to maneuver. The rams in the front as well, giving Mr. Yo quite some painful fight here. Because all his arrows, as you can see, is going down against the rams. Yeah, they're dying eventually, but just soaking so much up while the longboats in the back are doing all the damage. Now some more friends are joining the party from the top, and finally we have the longboats against galleon fight. Look at the numbers though. It's clearly better for the max. Looks now in castle edge, good for him. Can maybe reboom some in the towers here. Did add at least one fishing ship. One ram now for Mr. Yo, and look at the population, 140 for the max. He just continues to take this fight. Why do we not see harbors? That would have been so lovely. Maybe one of the reasons why they went for Malay to begin with. Nah, it's probably more of the uptime. So good on this map as well. And we see the max winning this fight, kind of as we expected. More raids at the top here, and oh boy, that's so ugly. Some raids in the center, and the max is just playing this beautifully. Stays so active. G to the G, Mr. Yo, and looks beat in this one. Surprising to me that they went for those two civilizations. I think Vikings is by far the best civilization on this map, and there's not really a way around it. GG already? Well, they're 80% behind. I don't really get the civ choices here from China. But beautiful execution again by the max, exactly what we expected from him. Walters off, went onto longboats, just microed this whole game, never took any bad fights. And yeah, the nice, very much needed walls to stay safe against the early fire galley rush from Mr. Yo just guaranteed him the better eco and the safe transition. And that KD is just the more important one. Resources slung. Rubenstock actually still quite ahead there before looks 3k more. That's impressive as well. Carols are actually counter to longboats, yeah. That's why we saw Portuguese so often picked on Rift Island in the 3v3 ECL stage. Because Vikings was kind of the meta, and then you can, yeah, just smash them if they stack up. Next map will be Team Islands, the whole map of China. Now I'm expecting Italians, maybe Japanese as well. Looks Malians. I don't think Malians are too good here. If you have Nomad still as map number 6 or 5, no 6 or 7, I think you should save it. Maybe China was saving Vikings for next map. Well, they never picked Vikings before. I think Team Islands, the Vikings aren't that good. Terrans have to be picked on this map. I think Frantic against SY didn't pick Italians, right? They played Malians, Malay. Well, we will take a look and discuss civilizations. It is a Civ win, guys. Not much we can say. So we can actually update the scoreboard, but let's see how they will play it out. Because we'll see Italians for the max and the winning civilization. The inbred civilization of them all. Portuguese here for Rubenstock. On the other side, we have Mr. Yo playing Italians and, well, you predicted correctly, Malians for Mr. Lux here. So expecting some land aggression from him. Full water play from Mr. Yo most likely. And, oh, we see the max. Did he just X the edge of the map? Or did he want to say, okay, I'm side talking here. Italians plus Vikings. Vikings are really bad on this map. Portuguese for Malay and Portuguese for Finland. Not if they have Italians. So it was kind of obvious that both were going for Italians. Question was, what was Civ number 3? Civ number 2. And, well, you kind of can rule out Vikings. 2 water maps, still not... well, yesterday I said we can't say water maps. We have to say short distance water maps or long distance water maps. Short distance water maps like Team Islands, Vikings aren't good. And long distance water maps, Vikings are the best. Surprised no one went Japanese. That's something surprising to me as well, yeah. But, well, aggressive dog by Lurks here. I'm trying to build to the sides. Mr. Yo here only has one option of an aggressive dog. We'll push tier number 2, which is going back. That makes me quite happy, because I'm really bad at that, and to see others fail always puts me in a better light as well. I wonder if Room will sling. China will transport? Yeah, most likely. Python wood for Mr. Yo. What's up with the back dock here with Portuguese? Quite interesting. And the Max plays back dock as well. Back dock is actually really bad against landings. Oh, look at that. They're already starting to wall off. Kind of scared against landings. Why will China do a landing? Simply because they did it every game in the previous rounds. It just creates a wilder game where they are so good. If you're fighting at different spots, putting your enemy in weird situations. This should surprise everyone and play meta. Well, that wouldn't be bad, right? The thing is, with Malians, you just have such a bad civilization for the late game. Or at least you cannot go for galleons. So they don't lure boars with scouts anymore. I think we never really did that on Team Islands. think you're only doing that in 1v1s. Fast castle by the max. He has a lot of villagers on wood here. I'll send one back. That's quite a weird style. I think he will click up. Otherwise he wouldn't really need to loom here. 35. You could use up another villager. And oh, he's the one landing. Okay. Roomstock gets another fishing ship. Idle TC for him now looms. This is so weird, guys. So landing from Lux, as we all expected. Water play from Yo, as we all expected. The max with a landing, as we didn't expect. Roomstock, potentially with a sling. But that could be ugly. Roomstock could just die on land. If they get the landing through, that's just so blindly optimistic by looks, but it works out perfectly. Okay, so full wall off here by the max Roomstock. He didn't wall at all yet. It's his plan. Four fishing ships. Builds a barracks now. A house to randomly scout. Yo will play water. I don't really understand this. Barracks only now, and that's too late as well. Stable for looks. Interesting. Tries to stay with 3 fishing ships. Isn't building a fire galley to defend. Roomstock massively on gold. Builds a second dock. Has a barracks. What is this, guys? Builds a stable himself. Uh-oh, and he already sees the scouts now. We'll lose 1 villager. We'll try to do as much damage as he can against that scout. No, gets out with this one. So fight at the front, Roomstock. He goes with the stable as well. In the old days, everyone went for archers. I'm quite surprised that we switched into stable to hay fire. Okay, walls. Tricky if they will go up. Roomstock with dock number 3 here. Tries to defend his side. Oh, maybe he forgot about his second one. And now thinks, why am I so low? On wood. Scout defense here by Roomstock. Really tricky though. Aggressive tower and another aggressive archery range. Should maybe be stopped. Mr. Lux is going for the defense. Hey, Mr. Pink. Thanks for the prime. Mass spearmen, mass scouts. Let's take a look. Can we see some archers? At least one to maybe quick ball his villagers, or maybe just fight with them against the spearman and his own spearman. He's doing some damage against the scout. That's all defended. And the max, he is in some troubles. Seo now going for some aggression here. Will get a lot of damage done against Roomstock, who has more HP on his fire galleys. But if you just right click, obviously it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, looks now with the archer. At the moment lacking some houses. Getting some damage done against Roomstock. More fishing ships added by Mr. Yo. Beautiful, very quick move. Looks kind of a random spot with his transporter. Can go for some more archers. Roomstock now goes for the archer range defense as well. He's heavily on gold and wood, so shouldn't really be having too many problems. Can produce those cheaper as well. I think Roomstock will defend. Looks off. Now goes for blacksmith as well. Did he lose all his fishing ship? Well, that's unfortunate for Roomstock. Should never have happened. Went for 2, maybe even if you want to call it 3 docks. Still lost his water. that should be a huge ego advantage here for the Chinese players here on their home map. Now the raid against the Max only built one fire galley, and well, this was kind of a weird strategy choice for the Finns, at least for now. Let's take a look. Looks, I just still feel that he, well, will stay active. Let's see what he can really do. We'll start debating the Spearman a bit. Oh no, we'll get a hit off. But that's just too sick. Mr. Yo already up here. Lose that water fight though, or will he? Yeah, I think Roomstock will win it. Not important. Mr. Yo sending more. Roomstock now goes for fletching. Tries to defend this off a bit better. Only needs to make his spearman work against all those scouts. It's going down though now. And looks, maybe adding some skirmishes could be an option. Scouts. Very low on HP now. What can the Max do? Somewhat active with his 3 scouts. Yo, maybe could. He's even building scouts at home? I think some spearmen would have been the better option. I'm a bit surprised here. And oh, that was just sneaking through. No answer against that for now. Looks buying himself some stone to build a defensive tower. Archer's trying to defend this. I think a skirm would have been really nice. +1/+1 for Roomstock. He should just wreck this now. Tries to micro against the scout. Defensive tower for Lux will go up though. Bought himself enough time with his archers. Yeah, some losses here. Oh, will it? 65 HP, runs to the top. Another archer, queues up another scout, sends him to the front. It's a fight that he probably still will lose. Even though scouts should normally be somewhat of a counter on paper. But against +1/+1 and only 1 against 5. That's not really how it works. Maybe against skirms. Fire galley of the Max now doing something at least. Repairs some more, and thing is still 13 fishing ships here for Mr. Yo. Quite sick numbers, and he just abused that so beautifully. Max, he is back with some raids. Lurks with reasonable HP on all his villagers though. Will try to fight this back. Could even get, oh, didn't get that kill. 200 food for Lurks here, 300 gold. The Max is up to Castle Age. Roomstock just clicked wheelbarrow and now heavily went onto more stuff. So won't really see him being too aggressive too quickly. The Max, he needs to rewall that area though. If he doesn't want to see some archers going into his woodline. Who knows what it's just actually getting. The deer and the one sneak villager. I didn't really follow him. Oh! But we can still see what he was up to. And yo, maybe add a knight could be nice. Even that's 2 knights, so that's fine. Should be clearing all this up. Siege workshop doesn't really go up, and I think he will be fine though after all. Those knights are just too strong against the Max archers and scouts here. Stuck with the solid numbers, could maybe think about a landing to the front, or maybe some more water play in general. Oh yeah, that looks like a transporter to me. Oh no, goes for fire galley first. Attacks the dock though instead of fishing ships, and let's take a look. Oh god, what a timing. Roomstock just axing here, dude. He's breaking through there. You better wall this quite quickly. Now Castle Age, the Max gets some more HP on his house. Needs to make something happen. We'll get a CC up here, and then he should be somewhat fine, although that gold seems to be exposed. More archers from Lux maybe, but Roomstock, he's coming over and should defend all this. We're kind of stabilizing. Not a lot of more damage will be dealt on land, but water is simply the better thing here for the Chinese team. And 10 more villagers as well. Looks up to Castle Age. It's completely cleared up here. Roomstock could even commit and sit under the tower. Didn't really go for it here though. Knights. Oh, that looks like they are ready for landing. And Roomstock, he is only now clicking up to Castle Age. So maybe those knights could get something done. Maybe another dock could be nice here. Yeah, indeed. Yo's pulling that one. And I think Lux. No, he just kept those two alive. A small second that thought if he was adding some more fishing ships again, but he didn't. Archers, they are still far off. And those knights of Yo, does he? He has a market. Why does he have zero idea where anything is? Oh god, he has a small timing and he needs to go in there. He didn't really use it. So it feels like Roomstock will be completely walled. Those archers will just clear up knights without a single defense upgrade. That's not going to be too efficient, and villagers will all survive. Maybe he can get some more walls up, but to spearman his defense as well. That could have been a sneaky move where he gets like 6 to 8 villagers. But in the end, traded one knight against 2 archers and will just get smashed here. Roomstock even walling that one villager. Has +2 defense on his knights. Okay, defensive monastery for Lux. Oh, that is cleared up. And Lux, he stays aggressively. Double knights now, and that's something that the Max has no idea of. Oh god, how will that villager die? That's quite surprising to me that he let her slip through here. And the Max, he goes for bloodlines, has one villager and tries to stay active. Reaction somewhat late here. Waltz in his gold spots, knights, they are just so annoying here. No bloodlines on them though. Defensive TC there at the top. Still looks better for Team China, in my opinion, simply because of the more fishing ships. Now a third one was added, and that's just so much better eco. 71 villagers for Mr. Yo already, and he's clicking up to him. What? That could just be a finishing condo landing then. See, the thing is, Malian condos are just so much stronger. Oh boy, Mangonel. Well, he has the waypoint over here. Could maybe if he just had this in Roomstock, he sees the siege workshop now. Do we maybe see the surprise attack? Mangonel is over here. Trying to micro against that. And let's take a look. Goes for the split micro. Roomstock just attacks it. Will eat one solid hit. And well, we are GGing before that. The Finns beaten on the home map of China here. After a weird strategy choice. Kind of the same here, but Roomstock not going on water at all. Defensive dock. Scouts at home. Lux just did so much damage. Yo could boom away, and that's why you don't backdock on this map. And that's why, yeah, you have the option to make it long distance, but this is a short distance map. You need to dock at the front, otherwise you will have zero control over the map. The enemy can land you with knights, you cannot get your archers really off. Need to go the long way, and GG. Finland is taking another loss here in game number 3, but far away from losing the Soul Series. Actually, far away means 2 more losses. KD looks quite active, got some villager kills, got some kills against the Archers of Roomstock as well. Better eco is really showing us the game though. Look at that, 87 villagers for Mr. Yo. That's obviously including villagers. 1841 timing, he was up to Imperial Age. And the Finns were so far away from that. So next map will be switched again, since the team behind is having his home map first. So we're playing Chaos Pit and Bedouins as map number 5. Early Friday morning here. Later on today I'm planning to cast some highlights of 2018. I want to make a compilation of the best recorded games, the best cast of 2018. And well, there were some series that I didn't cast that apparently were really good, and I will recast Or not recast, I will just cast those recorded games. So will be Nomad decider? Potentially. Oh yeah, if it's a decider, well, Sandbank could also be the decider. Finland wins 3 now. No, then we have Nomad. Oh, what? Nomad decider? That means Finland is leading 3-2. Oh no, wait. That meant Finland was behind. So China was ahead 3-2. Or 3-1. No. Finland. Yeah. Nearly math indeed. Early Friday morning, but yeah, it's early Friday morning somewhere. So China, so they need to lead. So if China takes one of the next 2 maps. No. Ah! Sorry, I broke nearly. Yeah, something. Alex Aldi will have the 3rd try. I trust him. Let's see if he gets it. And now he shied away. Should I place my bet on what civ they will use for Bedouins? Ah, you can. Oh god, we completely forgot about that. So what do we miss now? So Finland has no more Vikings, no more Celts, no more Italians, and no more Portuguese. How could they lose Portuguese? So bad. On the other side, no more Italians, no more Persians, no more Malay, no more Italians. Huh? And no more Malians. I was close to breaking myself here. Okay, so now Team Islands is done. So we will see Chaos Pit and Bedouins later on. Bedouins, obviously, civilizations will be Chinese and Indians. Okay, let's take a look. What civilizations they're going for here, and we have interesting ones. So the max on Chaos Pit is going Mongols. Rubenstock is going Teutons. Wants to potentially go for the Thrush. And Mr. Yo is playing Celts. Wants to chop himself to the outside a bit quicker. Has the better eco as well. Rubenstock even getting some harassment against that villager. And looks playing Byzantines. So I say, oh god, so you're so far away from the outside wood line. How did you go that way? How when you just go that way? I think that's why Civ are so much better. But well, trash can be really deadly on this map as well. If you, for example, trash that area, Rubenstock kind of decides the whole game. If they get vision of that area, Max doesn't. Rubenstock does. Rubenstock just needs to trash this area, and then they kind of won this game. Yeah, just the Max helping out. Mongols is early uptime. I think this is looking really good, but this stone generation, I think it's looking really good for the Finns. They will be in between them, block the berries, block the deer. I think Rubenstock. So that's the spot where you maybe even pull 7 villagers. Not the worst idea ever, right? You see push from Teutons. Oh, we're not in 2000. Oh. In the very old days in Age of Empires, town centers of Teutons had, I believe, 9 or 12 range or something. so he could deduce Roomstock style and not be hit. That's why they were so good. What is he doing here? Now send some on wood again. This is so weird. Why is he not sending more on food? We need more on deer. Oh no, Roomstock build order is something I really don't like. Is he drushing? What is this? Now builds a house. Why is he having a single villager more on wood? That makes 0 sense. He already has 4 on wood. What is this? He does, guys. Okay, Roomstock does. I don't know why. This was such a perfect map with all the stone. But he will do. Oh boy. Oh god, I already missed that. Lux is doing. Sorry guys, sorry. Oh man, and Byzantines, they have a bit more HP here. So the max is defending this. Sorry for missing this. This is wild. Okay, TC now at the front here. Roomstock, so he is reducing against Mr. Yo. And, well, Lux just went crazy here. I have no idea why they're going for this. Oh god. This is just wild. And Roomstock, he cannot really get this TC up at the moment. I think, yo, that house, he could have even fought down those villagers. I think he could have stopped the TC from going up. Lux, how many villagers does he have to damage output here? 9 only, he really wants to have 10. The max, he's calmly defending this at the moment. Repairs it with 1 villager and Lux. Do you have enough wood? He has some over here, and look at that. The max is just attacking the wood line to not allow Lux to continue repairing, who is at 19 wood at the moment, so maybe the repair is stopped. And now we see the max, he's coming in, and he will block all those villagers trying to fight this off. This is a sick move, and walls all the villagers in here, and fights the 3-1. Now deletes the lumber camp. This is just horrible. Lux cannot continue repairing his TC. He might lose his TC here without a chance of either repairing or even building another lumber camp. This might mean he is defeated. If he loses this CC, he is defeated. He can never, unless he gets 100 wood sling, build another lumber camp, another TC or anything. Lux is out of this game, guys. Over here we have Roomstock, 2.2k HP. Yo, what is he trying to get a farm up? No, he's in feudal age, so he needs to win this game. The max, he just stays at the casual pop 27. Lux is now just trying to use. Yeah, you can gather resources from a teammate's TC. Okay, I forgot about that. That's true. But what teammate's TC? You need to rebuild a TC as well. So Lux is just going for wild aggression here. Don't think that he can wall this in because, as we all know, he's still stuck at 0 wood. And the max, now pretty important that he won't lose any more villagers. The douche of Roomstock kind of continues. Defensive tower here for Mr. Yo should go up. Tries to save all his villagers. Scout is going down for Roomstock, which is pretty ugly. Kind of helps out with chasing down villagers. And, well, looks he's collecting wood, but he cannot drop the wood off. Because Mr. Yo, he cannot rebuild his CC because now he built a tower. And he cannot get to stone! Mr. Yo, he built the tower and cannot get to stone. So Mr. Yo cannot rebuild his TC either. Because he does not have stone at the moment. And all those villagers, they are fighting those down. This is the craziest game I've ever seen, most likely. Oh boy, Roomstock. Okay, so he's rushing this down. And... oh god, what are we witnessing? So this is 2 players forced to not build a TC. Yeah, he's trying to maybe get onto stone. He's chopping himself to the outside, but there's no access to stone as well. If we look at the minimap, it's pretty far away over here, so that's not really an option. Those villagers, they just need to collect 25 stone, build a lumber camp, drop the stone off, and then they're somewhat fine. Looks, he's just staying at pop 19. We have still 2 Dark Age players here on the side of Finland. Now even having a reasonable close spot to the berries. Tries to rush those down, and Mr. Yo, he could just die quite easily here. This is like, just remember, this is the World Cup 2v2 finals. 2 of the very best teams in the world, and we see such a game. Pop 20, pop 18 here at the 14-minute mark, and pop 20 and pop 32. Roomstock now sees, okay, you pull more villagers, well then I will go back. Maybe could just turn back and get one villager down. Lux is just running around, and now we have a small pause. People, they cannot really believe what's happening here. Mr. Yo is trying to go to the outside. Did collect 105 stone, so he is fine here. Roomstock, that was a small slip up by him that he allowed this to happen. So we might see the TC go up. And Lux, he has enough wood. He could maybe drop that off at the TC. Roomstock, he's trying to run through there. Let me take a look. He walls that off at least. So he will trap those villagers. The time to rebuild for Mr. Yo on the outside. Oh god, all those villagers were trapped here. They fought this off. We have now Lux at 11 villagers. Oh, trap around here for the max. This is just wild. Oh. Not sure about if it's the best or worst game of the year. Oh, this is just... sorry for missing that again. I missed the trash, missed the douche over here and missed the aggression, but... Well, you see all the dead bodies, and you can see the max 32 and Lux. That was just another 8 villagers lost for him. He's just praying that he will go up, and that with collecting another 100 wood, he can build a lumber camp. Stays aggressive against Roomstock here at the front. Oh, Lux pulled the plug potentially. A combined 30 villagers for the 2 players here at the 15-minute 40-second mark. KD 6-10 for Lux. And, well, Roomstock, that's kind of sloppy that he's not really noticing anything here. Now completely walls the mining camp. Actually, you can still drop off here, so don't like that too much. And Yo, he's just running around. Max indeed has a huge eco lead, 34 villages for him, but still in Dark Age can click up any second though, and go to the outside. And we see now Lux. How much wood does he have? 50. Yes. So dropped all this off. And Roomstock just needs a casual sauna break. How many resources does the max have? We just showed it that he has roughly 500 food to click up any second. Okay, so Lux, he is not defeated, guys. The max goes with 19-minute fuel late. And that's the second player reaching fuel late here. Oh man. Ruben killed a solid 2 units this game. But we'll get more. He's hungry. You can see he's still hungry. Oh. Guys. Okay. What's going on now? Okay, Yo loses that villager. Tries to wall behind here. Shouldn't really work out, should it? Well, that's still open. Can he squeeze through there? Okay, we'll lose 1 villager. Save the rest, kind of, at least. Yeah, the map indeed is Chaos Pit. And it did deliver. Lux, he's back, guys! Lumber camp working for him. Well, all his other villagers. Berries as well. They are now completely idle, obviously. Can they get a mill up somehow? Would be funny. Max on the outside. Don't tell me he's going for a stable. Okay, he wants to get some more villager kills. Might not be the most important thing, though. It's getting to castle age. But, well, needs a stable anyways, so... Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. I think I just don't want to see like him queuing up 5 scouts now. The max even selling stone. Up to castle age now, 22 minutes. So Yo, 3 HP scout, whoops, slips through. And he sees a good eco here. Oh, Lux getting some more problems. Roomstock traded off. Another villager against another villager. Quite nice vault behind there. Lux might even need to delete his mill. But, well, where's he running? So, I think it's not the worst thing to just take the fight here. Just try to get some more kills. In exchange, the max now going for the eco upgrades as well. It's just so crazy, guys. 8 population for Mr. Lux here. And that's 3 villagers here and the 5 villagers on the outside. He has 101 stone, so that's good for him. Potentially rebuild a TC as well. Roomstock, now player number 3 up to feudal age. at 23 minutes. Let's take a look at the resources of Mr. Yo. Has quite a lot of wood floating. Surprising to me. Those two villagers on the outside won't do anything. The max ward all that off. Quite nice move. And yeah, the max can just choose how he wants to win the game now. He can boom, go mango die. He can finish on castle age with some siege and knights. Yeah, he's just too far ahead. Look at that. 8 population at the 22-minute mark, and they still feel like there's a chance to play on. Obviously, we having the vision and seeing everything know that that's not the option. But maybe Mr. Yo feels, okay, I have Celts against Mongols. If I can get onto halberdiers and siege onagers, I can make something happen. But, well, his castle age timing will be 3.5 minutes behind. Max has so much map control. Simply the teammate as well. It's kind of tricky. Yeah, we didn't need to see Teutons for this. Looks now having his CC up, and villager production will probably start again. I'm collecting some wood to build a farm. Oh boy. Pop 9! The highest we've seen in quite some time from him. But going down to pop 8, going down to pop 7. Feels so looks, man. All those dots are nothing, so, well, that's his whole eco. Farm number 2 on the way. Reboom coming. And just a bit, hopefully Lux has all his forest nothing experience here. The max is just running around, tries to get some more map control, scouts all the area. He should just have a solid boom. It's just impossible that he takes any big losses. Rubenstock even going to castle age here before Mr. Yo. That's another thing that I didn't expect. Ah, yeah, it looks a bit like me. Well, I only had 2 villagers last time I played with Tato and Viper against BZK. Are they playing out of spite at this point? No, I think they know that the enemies are way off as well, and just think, okay, maybe their situation is as bad as ours. But yeah, like, we know that it's not, but they don't. And they think, okay, they're slinging the max, we have storm walls around here. But yeah, this game is absolutely over. Not much more we can say. So you're trying to get some more walls up. And Lux has DC's under pressure and just 3 precious farms built. Oh. Maybe they should resign when Rubenstock reaches castle age as well, but kind of feels unnatural that if Yo reaches castle age, they will resign. +1 defense on the infantry. I think he's trying to build a siege workshop and wants to make something happen. That shouldn't really work. Well, the max has 0 idea about this though. Pikeman aggression. Boomstock now with the siege workshop as well. Could have been one of the greatest games, but it's just too over and too long after what we saw. But what a wild one for sure. Not sure how to feel about Rubenstock after this whole tournament. How would you want to feel? One of the most entertaining players who ever played this game. Never stonewalls. Looks at pop 13, 43 food. Mr. Yo, defensive siege workshop here now. More siege. The max. He still has no idea about this. No stone from him. Well, obviously, if we see a comeback here, it will be the greatest game ever. Whoops, nice quick wall. Also +2 knights. Some aggression here. Defensive siege workshop from the max. I think just buying yourself the defensive castle could be nice, but maybe everything could have rushed in. Yeah, I'm not saying that comeback is a realistic option, guys. Uh-oh. Oh, trades 1 for 1. And some HP. Mystic Villager. Max buying himself some more stone. Don't really want to lose that one. And well, we see the GG after they saw what's going on here. Sees the +2 knights. Mangonauts coming forward. Yeah, we played 15 more minutes than necessary. What a wild game though. Double douche on Chaos Pit. That's the beauty of this map, right? And I don't think Mr. Yo should have built a defensive tower here. And I think if Lux is just walled at his woodline, he can keep repairing his TC. And then he has more HP against the max. Yeah. 32 minutes. Lux is still in Dark Age. Moving away here, the max, he played this so nicely. Would have gone up to the defensive castle now as well. Very calm play here. Having the TC kind of in his face and just repaired, had the better income. And I still feel like a trush at this triple stone spot for Roomstock could have been game ending as well. But well, this one was way more exciting. Look at that, those KD is so even. 32-minute game. And someone is resigning because they had the KD of 14, 11 and 10, 16. Oh, 1.3k food collected in a 32-minute game. 20 villager high, 78 villager high for the max. Oh, look at those timings. 20 minutes feudal, 10 minutes feudal, castle age behind that. And yeah, it's not a bug in the overlay. There is no uptiming for Lux in this one. Oh. He collected 1 stone? Yeah, to keep repairing if he wanted to continue douching. Whoa, what a sick one. Okay, which one do we see next now? Chaos Pit, Bedouins, simply Bedouins, right? Yeah. So if China wins this one, then we have Sandbank and then Nomad. If Finland wins this one, then we have Nomad and then Sandbank. Elsa White Wing, thanks for half a year. Nilly love to you as well. Never seen Sandbank? Today you might. No, you will for sure. Oh no, if Finland wins both games, you won't. How long to start? I'd say 2 minutes. Oh. What a crazy game. Oh man. Okay, so apparently Sunday Norway against Vietnam won't happen. When will the latest Talk of the Empire go to YouTube? It already is on YouTube. So is that why Finland took Chaos Pit to deuce? Looked a bit like it, right? Most likely move to tomorrow 14 GMT. Well, that's just horrible. No one will watch it then. Are you playing Gluttony? Or is it MBL and Viper? Okay. Well, maybe it's worth casting Rex then. It's like during T90's 24-hour stream and ECL. No one is really excited for that series, yeah. I wonder if Viper will actually stream then in MBL. Could be pretty bad for ECL, like really bad numbers. And it also like could mean that Viper's playing at ECL and Viper's playing at his own channel. Viper owes it to MBL to take it more seriously. Is that so? Okay guys, we're jumping into Bedouins. You can still ask some more questions. The start obviously will be slow here. The max is playing Indians and spawning here at the top. Somewhat close will be Mr. Yo, who's playing Indians as well and cannot really find a pawn at the moment. Only sees woodlines. Uh-oh, bad start for him. This could be a restart, guys. This TC is so late for Mr. Yo. Cannot really use that gold. I think this will be a restart. My prediction. So don't get overexcited. We have Lux playing Chinese. Goes for the early mill here. And we have Rubenstock Chinese very far away. Look at that. 1.5 minutes in. He still didn't build his CC. This is a restart, guys. Not happy with that pawn, apparently. Yeah. Okay. Like we can wait till they call the restart, but this is just ridiculous. Tim asking me for the password. Non-admin. He didn't even try to start to build the TC. Oh man. Okay, so we're just waiting for the 4 minutes and then they will call the restart. The max and room stock just with the normal one. You forgot to place your bet on towns on Civs. Mr. Yo only going for scouting now to increase his score and maybe force the Finns to call the restart. Because, oh god, he has a high score. He cannot have a bad start. And they're calling it a 355. And resigning, something you shouldn't really do. You should always save, but well, happens. Time for some more questions or comments. Will we see Indians sling Chinese? Not likely. What if both teams call restart at the same time? What happens in such situations? You can never call it at the same time. One is always calling earlier. In non-TC30 you want to have low points, means your wills were very close. Well, then he needed a point drop earlier, right? He never had that when it comes to his TC. But yeah, I can see the reasoning behind it. Love Talk of the Empire yesterday, great episode. Might have been our best one. I was really happy. 90 is obviously a great guest. And the topics were nice. What change to the tournament would you have liked to see? What tournament? This one? Bigger prize pool to force players to take it more seriously. Most of this was fine. I didn't really understand that we have to cast all the quarterfinals as recorded games. I don't understand the reason behind bronze matches. Yeah, overall was pretty great. Have you thought about doing a real podcast? What is a real podcast compared to mine? What about sling rules? I think it's fine. And more regular? Well, if I want to do it more regular, I can't do it with Zero Empires. With all the sling in the recent tournament, do you think it should get nerfed more? I think the Civ rules has to be changed. There could be some options like, don't let your teammate die, I just made the rule you're only allowed to sling if you are imp. Third place match after Grand Finals wouldn't happen with Rex. That's true. That's true. Okay, the max. Quick to see again. We have room stock in the north here as well. We see Lux. And we all having a solid TC this time. Third villager somewhat off though. And not the greatest pawn in general. Not the greatest pawns around him. Maybe needs to be forced to even go for that one. Bronze is okay if there's a third prize. But why? Who's really excited for a third place match? I'm not. Like, yeah. I think third place only makes sense for double elimination. There where you naturally get a third place. But for single elimination brackets, I don't really see the sense. Thing is, obviously, it's tricky to say. I wonder how viewer numbers are for, like, Soccer World Cup, for example, semifinals compared to place 3 match. Obviously, place 3 match is always on a Saturday prime time, so that's pretty good. But still, it just feels milky. Yeah, semifinals are higher than third place. And you have to remember, like, third place, as I said, just Saturday prime time. And semifinals are like Tuesday, Wednesday or something. I think European Soccer Championship doesn't even have a third place match, right? It's only World Cup. Finals on Friday and third place on Saturday. That's something they should do in the future. Yeah, it's a tricky situation. Like, I remember 2006 or something when Germany played for third place. I still watched that. I think, not even sure. Oh god, I can't even tell you who. Oh yeah, I obviously had to watch last year because it was during NAC. Otherwise I would not have watched it. I don't think Viper's going to take third place seriously. Well, he didn't even take the semifinal seriously, right? So unlikely, for sure. Okay. At the moment, we're not seeing a lot here. You can see populations 15-15, 19-19, so very even starts here. And the max already starting to wall off a bit. Will have quite a nice area for himself. Roomstock will be the more exposed one. Yeah, they didn't take the series against Ireland too seriously as well. As I said, it is just tricky for him, right? He makes a lot by streaming. There are 1v1 tournaments where he can grab 5k first, 6k first, ECL monies, sponsorship deals, and then a tournament where he needs to play a best of 5 and 3, or no, 2 best of 5, 2 best of 7s to in the end, if he wins all those 4 series, win $200. It's just not worth it, money-wise. Tricky. The Max completely walling himself in the back here. Could be a potential sling onto Rubenstock, something that we haven't seen before out of those player styles. But maybe it's just be safe and go on to Camels a bit later. Well, if you don't want to take a tourney serious, you don't sign up. Well, we had a lot of discussion about that with Legacy of the Hunt, right? Where in the end MBL won. But everyone felt like, yeah, Viper trolled in the semifinals. And that's a big question, right? If it was a tournament without the Viper, people would just say, yeah, well, you won because the Viper wasn't playing. And if it's a tournament with Viper and trolling, they say, yeah, you won because Viper trolled. We are living in a tricky world at the moment. A very big monopoly there. Well, not really a monopoly, but simply only one single player who at the moment is dominating so heavily. Viper fanboys? Well, even if you are not a fanboy, there's not really an argument about who's number 1 at the moment in the world, and has been for quite some time. Oh, look at Nikop around. Wouldn't it be lovely, guys, if Viper was to not win KOTD and NAC too? If he just wasn't winning either event. I think that would be so good for the community. What is Yo doing? Yo plays a boom? He plays Fast Castle without a stable, guys. Okay, while Lux is playing Scout Trush against the Max, probably Fast Castle, and Roomstock Archers. That should be deleted. See a stable. Do we have a market or a blacksmith somewhere? Not really. So yeah, resources are a bit off here for the max. Or is he building something somewhere and I'm missing it? Oh yeah, market is over here. Okay. Looks like defending at the moment. The max already getting eco upgrades. 15-16 uptime here for Mr. Yo. That's quite solid. Plays a pop 22. And we'll have a sick boom for sure. Haven't decided about KOTD 2 yet. Well, I personally think it makes a lot of sense to play. Simply because, for starters, you get extra money. Then, well, you can get good practice with like people like MBL. And if you go deep, let's say you win the first 2 rounds, you might be very motivated to train a lot more and then even get into an even better shape for NSC2. At least that would be my thought process there, in your opinion, in your shoes. Nikov. Yeah, only signing up earns you $50 already. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. We had quite a long discussion about, or not, maybe not a long one, but we had a discussion about it yesterday. How worthy it is to give players kind of a participating fee, or not fee, just money for participating. Siege workshop for Mr. Yo. He only got 1 TC up at the moment. We didn't want to see another one. Needs to go heavily onto wood at the moment. More on food. Please don't spoil us for Talk of the Empire. I'm sorry. Even someone posted this video is held at 3 hours to avoid potential spoilers. 33 villagers here already for Lux, who is not looking into the worst resources. I'm looking in the back here. Only 1 stable by the max though. He adds 2 TCs instantly. One over here, the other one over here at the left hand side. That's bad by Mr. Yo. That he goes for the full boom, no camels, and isn't really pulling away with the villagers. Oh boy, now even losing some. Or at least 1. AM and motivation in the same sentence. Sorry, my bad. Mangonel, there's could have been a spot where you also go for a Scorpion. Let's see. Monk out now. That's a lot of archers from Ruby. Maybe Mangonel could help him out in the team scenario. Looks now coming over with the scout. Villager. Kind of important that he doesn't die. He shouldn't, yeah. Spearman down, Mangonel will get the... Oops, didn't get the clear up. But now they will get it, so no problems here. 3TC is running, Archer's a bit annoying. The max, meanwhile. 3TC's form as well. Now teach me to start at least 1200 chess. Teach AOC instead. Well, I can tell you at least very basic openings if you want to. But yeah, nah, it doesn't really make sense. I think I'm way too bad. Yeah, that's true. Just learning, starting, like openings, is just so important. Actually played quite a bit in the last week. And yeah, simply to have a good development of your start. It's quite juicy already. 40 Cs is quite juicy as well. Everything pretty similar. 47 villagers, 35 here. Military count only a bit better for the Finns. And the map presence, map control looks Well, he's spotting quite a bit here at the side. They have a lot of vision. Overall, more map control for them still, or at least more map vision. More army though on the side for the Finns, as I just said. So in the long run, they should be dominating here. Ashley, yeah, sign him up. Oh, yeah, this could be a big fight here. Let's take a look. Luke's not really having the great numbers. Conversions now starting. Mangonel tries to get something. Not really getting any shots in. And that was only one convert. No, now 2 conversions. Okay. Spearman coming over. Tower doing some damage as well. That was not the greatest trade here for Mr. Yo. But now has 2 camels for himself. That's kind of fine. Our red is making skirms, well, to defend against the archers early on. So, still without a farm. I wanted to say, now it's farms before heavy plow. Something I don't really like on this map too much. Can really delay your farms quite some time. Woodstock now will be having quite a lot of crossbowmen, 20 pretty soon. And if he dodges that mangonel, I think he can be in a juicy spot. Yeah, we have some defensive towers here, but Luke should be able to defend some at least. But still, should give the max some time to boom in the back. 76 villagers now for the max, 71 only for Mr. Yo, and that's just not the greatest thing. That Yo went for full boom, didn't build a single camel, and is still that far behind. Or not that far behind. He isn't ahead in villagers. That's what I meant. Max goes for the defense upgrade now. Mr. Yo will click up to imp any second. The Max as well. Just need to send more villagers onto gold, which he's doing now. So somewhat fine. Isn't that a spot where maybe Lux and Roomstock could have slung as well? Because it's basically only imp camels against imp camels. All the armies of Roomstock and Lux won't matter at all anymore. Max clicking up to imp and still has 1.1k food in the bank. Well, quite solid for him. Where's the transition of Mr. Yo? Barracks now, and now the stables. And yeah, I just said simply mass imp camels against mass imp camels. Looks... Oh, he will build a castle somewhere. Maybe pressuring that gold. That's at least what they x'd earlier. Expecting him to move out here. A lot of army control there though. Camels are coming over. Monastery at the front, and this could be stopped. Looks, he sees all that. Needs to go back and cannot really use his resources at the moment. Kind of ugly for him. This is, by the way, open, although he invested so much into walling. $89 against 96 villagers, so income production should be somewhat even. The max getting some more upgrades, also the eco upgrades quite nicely. So you only now the +2 defense. Return numbers for him only at 7 at the moment. That's already some monks, some camels that won't really upgrade. Defensive siege workshop by the max. And this aggression won't really happen. All the army is getting cleared up here. The max is getting another defense upgrade here, and he just should feel pretty happy and gets +4 on his way now. Gets... Well, we'll lose that fight here, camel against camel. Some monks are coming over, overall population somewhat even at the top. Roomstock's just so much better there with the numbers. 30 military for him at the moment, and they are doing still quite a lot of damage against those camels in the back, so it feels like maybe Roomstock might be the deciding factor when it comes to the camel against camel war. Resources, 300, 300. Yo, a bit more. Probably once heavy camel finishes, instantly click the Imperial camel. Upgrade, something that the Max won't be going for. He keeps the production up for now. Will guarantee him some better numbers. For now. Asking of room stock. Not really knowing where to engage. And Imp Camel on the way here for Mr. Yo. The Max not really having it. In conversion here, Yo wants to go back. He wants to wait for his better upgrade. And then only take all the engagements. Roomstock even going up to Imp. And well, Arbalest. They're doing something against against mass camels, even against massed Imp camels. So could indeed be something more beneficial in some form. So Tucano production started. We have 2 TCs for Lurks here, not looking too great for him, and Imp Camel for the Max as well. So both will have the upgrade. A sneaky villager here, no idea what her mission was, and well, that looks like some farms here for Mr. Yo. Feels like okay, the eco could run a bit better. Why is the overlay not showing Imp Camel upgrade? I think because it was started before the overlay. If we had conscription, I could explain it. You can see it's showing for the Max, so just because it was started before the heavy camel overlay finished in the overlay. That won't have the greatest field trip. Not even ringing the bell, something we don't see too often. The Max, he will finish in camel any second. We'll go for that TC. And some raids here at the left hand side. Roomstock will lose 1, so they're trading 1 for 1. But Mr. Yo, he's a bit closer, trying to fight this off. The Max at the moment with 10 more population has 10 less villagers. Has 10 more villagers. Even military numbers at the moment. That won't really be his greatest fight. That's all sent off, and the Max with those sneaky builds might get the TC up for now, but won't have it for too long. Looks better for Yo at the moment. 10 more military for him. That will be some more kills as well. And Yo, he is 10 population ahead now. And we can get some kills against Roomstock. But look at that, he has Bracer on the way, has Ballistic on the way as well. Once he upgrades to Arbalest, he can really help out in those fights. I think does even 5 damage against an Imperial Camel. Yeah, as you can see, 5 defense, and I think Arbalest does 6 plus 4 once he has chemistry for himself. Coinage for Mr. Yo. Wants to see the Lurks getting onto some army as well. Is now at pop 183 and some raids at the side. Take a look, the Max Vitality C, most likely, yes indeed. Maybe some more castles, pretty nice to get some more control for himself. Yo, he's going for some raids. Sultans now for the Max. Quite a lovely upgrade for sure. Gives him 10% more income for all his goals. Max defended that, so not much more going on. Those raids kind of annoying, but you get all the kills in the world, and chemistry will finish. The walls behind there as well, so those camels are trapped. All get cleared up, and that's now the difference, that Roomstock can defend some on his own, can actually get some camel kills, something that we cannot say for Mr. Lurks here. And that's why I feel if we ever get into big fights, Yo should lose against the Finnish composition. Looks, he's trying to boom away a bit, tries to find good spots for his Chukanus, but well, how are his resources looking? Not too bad actually. So click up to him, 3 TCs, 4 TCs for himself. Now gets up another castle. And well, Mass Chukanu, they could be pretty good against Imperial Camels in the long run. Banking now for the Max, tries to get Roomstock onto higher numbers as well. So it feels like mass Imperial Camel and something big right here at the back. Kind of weird that Lux didn't react earlier here. He's now up to Imperial Age. And those Imp Camels, they can take down that TC. Not a lot of production here for Mr. Yo close by. Not really getting the resources on the map. To defend now. That castle could have maybe been a bit more defensive area. Some more raids everywhere and simply Mr. Yo against the Max here. A lot of people would say the Max might be the better player here, but I think it's pretty damn close. Yo surely able to absolutely play his heart out and get all the raids done. Gray and red just so open on the map. But Roomstock maybe with the switch now. Is switching onto Halberdier. Tsukunu already has a lot of Arbalest, and that's a fight he will probably win. Simply has good enough of numbers to really get some kills against all those out. Tsukunu numbers will be better for Lux though. 30 more population for the Finns at the moment. For now, no one really started trades. Not enough of center control, or not enough of corner control for now. Roomstock. Even second flock of Arbalest. The Max is going for siege ram upgrade or siege engineers. Has no real siege though. So it's only the +1 range for the traps. Upgrade that we don't see too often for minions. Maybe need to take care of some gold income here for Mr. Yo. He isn't having any gold income at the moment. He needs to get onto this one. 0 gold income for Mr. Yo at the moment. Or that one. So on 300 gold, it's 0 gold income. He's setting quite a bit, but that's not enough for full Imp Camel production as well. And the Max, he just has so much more map control. Racer now for Lux just finishing. He will eat those camels alive now. Another cars are being built. Is repairing here. I don't really see how much that is doing though. Tsukunu, so much better than Arbalest for sure. That castle is going down though to traps here, and it just feels like Roomstock. They are pushing this so nicely after being down 2-1. They will most likely take 2 wins here now. This is just a big push. And Mr. Yo, he's not really getting onto the numbers he wants to. Stables. He doesn't even have that many stables. Look at that. Only 7 stables for all his production. Maybe 8. And Roomstock, he's just getting so many more kills. Look at that. 46 kills. And that's a lot of Imp Camels now as well. And the Max, he just stays active. It's tricky to see really the differences here. But okay, Tsukunu's now coming over. Roomstock is preparing for the tech switch as well. Chemistry is still missing for Lux, but now coming in any second. And this is the big engagement. If the Finns were to lose this heavily, it might be a good spot for the Chinese again. But they are just retreating. Want to wait for some halberdiers at the front. Some engagement here at the right hand side. Some expansion of Mr. Yo. Instantly stopped though, as you can see. Too many Imp Camels around, and now we won't really see the deciding engagement for now. Oh boy, the Chokonus, they were over patrolling their Imp Camels. I think they have the numbers. I think the Finns could win this fight if they just were to commit here. And well, they're moving in again. Wanted to have the Halberdiers in the front apparently to do the damage against the Imp Camels, and now moving in again the Arbalest of Roomstock. I have no idea why they are going back so far. And well, this is the Max clearly winning this one. We have some more raids here at the top. It's kind of tricky to catch everything here. Just so much going on. That was the main fight though, and I felt not taken too greatly by the Finns, but it was enough. Mr. Yo, with quite a weird boom, didn't really adjust his eco too well there. I think he needs to send more bits on wood to have his 3 CCs and then the 4 CC running a bit quicker here on Bedouins. Lux kind of sacrificed himself to allow Yo the big boom, but he didn't have the advantage against the Max. In the end, therefore, Lux dying, Roomstock getting onto more army, and the Max just with more map control, more gold control, got more Imp Camels out, and in the end overrun Mr. Yo, and obviously Lux as well. 3-2 for the Finns. They are one game away to win the 2v2 World Cup. Wow, chill, both receiving some resources. Makes a lot of sense. Food a bit better for Yo. 2k less gold there. Both the two relics. Quite an even statistics though. Still quite even statistics. And so it will be indeed the order: Nomad as map number 6 and Sandbag as map number 7. Let's take a look at the Civ picks. So Finland out of Indians, China out of Indians, and out of Chinese. I didn't have the Bedouins game, so China out of Celts and Brits, and we're out of Teutons and Mongols. So Nomads, Persons for Finland, and something else. Mayans, Persian Mayans for Finland. And for China, I say Spanish Malians. They still have Malians, right? No. Oh no, they picked it on Team Islands. And I say Spanish Mayans. Well, doesn't make me too happy though. Japanese, well, they aren't that good on land, right? Japanese are an option though. But their start isn't just so sick. Spanish has a good start. Mayans has a good start. Persians have a good start. Is it Nomad land only? No, then it's called Land Nomad. This is the Nomad version that is designed from Coastal. Yeah, unfortunate that Max isn't coming to NSC2. Well, would have loved to have him here. Really could have given some competition. China shouldn't have picked Nomad? Well, let's see. I think that Max should have made it if he played the qualifiers. Not unlikely. Okay, they didn't launch the game yet. I will get some sugar water, eat some, and I will be back in less than 1.5 minutes, so I won't miss anything. Is John still relevant for NSC2? I'd give the choice to Firestar Dowd instead. No. What is the price before this tournament? I think like $1,300. Can you show us the tips again? Sure. Hey, I'm the one who posted my top streamers this year. On Twitter? Ah, okay. And I'm not regretting my decision of putting you in. Pooh! I've grown alongside you and your stream throughout this year. And you have been a ton of entertainment for me. I'm also so proud of AE2 community. Thanks, Eddie. Thank you, my friend, for your very kind words. And for also spreading the love. Is it Norway versus China or Norway versus Vietnam? Oh no, I forgot a glass. Ah. Not feeling that motivated to do a lot of highlights today. I think I will do like 1 up to 3 games or something. And only 1v1s. Roomstock and Lux are away, so they are taking some time before we jump into the game. Nearly, there's a Cambia version of Age of Empires theme in YY. If you want to check out the user's Cambia drive. What is Cambia? It's not bad to thank those who made the year easier for you, right? It's never bad to thank anyone, I believe. Unless you say thanks for participating. Northern Pike, he's the one making his galleys faster. He used to, yeah. It's not possible anymore. But he was the one, yeah. And I think he moved for studies. South American pop music. Okay. Not really sure if I want to hear it then. And I think we were right with our civilization predictions. We're jumping into Nomad here. Potentially the last map of the 2v2 World Cup, Brother at Arms, hosted and mainly sponsored by Riverplation for the Spanish community. And we had, I believe, a solid 100 teams signing up, 25 of which were Argentinian or something. And now we're down to only 2 teams. Scores 3-2 in favor of Finland. And we will have, well, I don't want to say we'll see dudes, but it's dudes and, no, it's the max. Oh. Then we might see a restart. So the max and looks very close here. There's a Yo far off in the south. Roomstock in the top here. Dispersions that build the dock in the very south. Kind of a weird dock placement. Don't like that too much. I think it should have been like 1, 2, or half a screen further to the right. And yeah, do they know from each other? Oh, the Max lost all his sheep. He lost all his sheep to the right hand side. And looks, he knows about the TC. He is 60% of a villager earlier. Whew. Does the husbandry trick also works with ships? Yes. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Sorry. I didn't want to troll you. Only works for mounted units. But normally, if you follow the meta, it's going to be no matter at all. Okay, what's the husbandry trick? Oh, it's very complex to explain. I will try to do the short version. Ooh, the max. The short version is if a unit is getting converted, a mounted unit, like scout, knight, camo or something, and the monk is converting it, every time you right click, it gains husbandry for a second. So you move away faster from monk conversion every time you right click. Like now we don't have mounted units now, but if this was knight, it's getting converted and you just spam away, he's running faster. And even some top expert like Jordan didn't know that. Not the greatest start here for the max. Oh boy, really not a great start for the max. Completely idle to see. Dock kind of late, very bad dock as well. Hi. Stop trolling. Well, it is a bad start for the max. That's no troll. This is really ugly for the max. Oh man. Will he douche? Sends a villager around to get that boar. That villager is probably around to shoot the deer or something. Do German people really eat schnitzels every week? Well, there's a German saying, a day without a schnitzel is a lost day. So, kind of, yeah. Like if you eat one schnitzel per week only, you're kind of like, you're considered to be close to vegan. It's really abnormal to only eat one schnitzel per week. Oh, can Lux go for the block here? He doesn't see the boar, does he? And tries to go for the house. Ah, didn't get it in time. Now goes for some more laming. Still only one villager behind. So it didn't work out too poorly for him here. Boar's coming in. It's a lot of sheep still for Lux, but no real fast food. Now one schnitzelt, as he should. I also had vegans, that's why I eat vegetables. Oh, okay. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, look how romantic that is. Roomstock and Mr. Yo. Oh, Roomstock. He might dominate this game. Pretty far away from everyone. Should win the water fight. Should have all the resources in the world as well. Has enough map vision here. Goes a bit through the center. Mr. Yo. Well, he has stone, gold close by as well. He will just get onto plumes as well. Or will he try to play on water? We will see. If you eat less than 2 schnitzels, you're going to lose your German passport. I've never heard of that. Is there a petition going for that? Like a lot of Germans would sign that, yeah. But very few Germans don't eat 2 schnitzels per week, so. Oh. Well, when did we last see the max losing a villager? Actually, you can delete that house, delete that palisade, and get out. So he's actually still free. Only walled in his own mind. Looks, he will probably trust this. Well, the villagers are not trying to fight out. Those are friends, trying to free him. Okay. Uptimings, all in range of 1 minute. Check a look. Yo, is he trying to go for more dog action? Oh, nice block by Roomstock here. That he gets the first hit against Mr. Yo here. Roomstock. Really would have loved to see him redock the north there. Oh, but he wants to contest the south. Let's take a look. 26 HP on him, 22 for Mr. Yo. We have an on gold, and that's not a lot of villagers on food. I think he will go for some fire galley action. Roomstock, he will have the faster production though. Looks being completely walled, but he's somewhat fine with that. He knows that he can fight himself out. He walled his stone, and yeah, he won't be caged in for too long. Nothing too special. Nice fire galley production here. Looks somewhat safe for now. The max still with a very bad water here. And well, some engagement here. Villagers. It's funny like how the one is poking and the other one is like slapping. This one's like bap, 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 and he's like You know what I mean. Okay, 200 food here for the max, who completely is forced away from his TC. Is on stone as well. And we see the scout. That's something we've seen so often now. The trust together with the scout from Lux here. Seems like, well, he really likes that. Some fight against that. Even trades off some more HP on his scouts. CEO goes for the big walls. 150 food only for him though. So his fast castle will be way later than Roomstock's, who is already thinking about it, I believe. We don't really have any buildings from him. Barracks at least. And well, it seems like Roomstock is winning this one as well. This might be, after all, even though the max had such a bad start, be completely won by Roomstock here. And well, a lot of people see Roomstock to be not the carrying player here, and well, I can't really fault them. Oh, but that could be a big demo hit. Let's take a look. How is the demo connecting? Well, only against one fishing ship, and that's something that Roomstock can absolutely be fine with. Tries to go for some micro here, needs to repair his galleys though, and I'll get some stuff over here. Oh, the max running away. What else do we see? Stable here from Lurks. Roomstock now gets his stable up and goes for a blacksmith. Really would have loved to see a market here as well, and still would love to see anyone docking the very north after knowing that this will be quite a tricky area for sure. Roomstock still without a single demo, now with one demo behind here. Could get a potentially triple kill in the back here if Yo wasn't taking care, and well, gets a 2 kill. Does some damage against that fire galley, and I think even bruised that one a bit more. 20-minute castle timing for him. Mr. Yo, he's at 100 food at the moment. Fishing ships still working for him. Won't be too great in the long run though. So he will take at least 3-4 more minutes before he can click up. The max completely at the limit, kind of as we expected. Same goes for Mr. Lux, who, well, is now even on shorefish. Quite an intense series here. And Roomstock now with the market. Lovely stuff. Built one scout and tries to see what's up on this map. Sees some of the spearmen, sees some of the scouts. Maybe 1 or 2 spearmen. Could be really nice to defend his kind of open gold for now. The max with some more walls. Let's take a look. We'll fight this off with the help of his tower. Shouldn't really be a big problem. Might lose one villager, but no, even saves her. Some problems there with the tower fight though. So confusing to see gray and blue on the water. Yeah, that's true. Oh, we now have the move out here by the max, and even more behind there. That was such a great move. Looks, let's take a look if he's trying to transport to get some villager kills here. At least he's trying to. That scout is not really doing too much. The left-hand side scouts, they are misclicked as well. Seems like, well, he's just trying to save his villagers. Wow, when did we ever see that? Someone walling in the tower so close with all his villagers, and then the villagers being transported off. What a lovely move. And looks, he knows what's on the line. There's so much pride for them as well here in this tournament. Poof. Broomstock now on to some knights. Scout didn't get in. Snagged one villager for himself. 33 villagers on his side. Other side 33, 36 as well. Are you still not believing in the 135? 1357 2468 color scheme? I do. I think that's perfectly fine. And that's why ECL did it, right? What's the prize pool for the winner? I don't really know. Not that much. We can look at it afterwards. I think this final has basically like very little money on the line. I think it's like 5% more. So it's like, or maybe 10%. They're clearly playing for less than $100 each. This whole best of 7 series. We can take a look at it later on again after this is over. Okay, Roomstock now snacking some kills over here. Those were just somewhat protected though. $400 and eternal glory in the country. Well, Yo and Lux, they don't have to care about eternal glory. They won against Tyrant in the Clan Masters final showdown. They will have eternal glory already. Finland Anthem is out of the question because it mutes YouTube videos, and we could do an interview with them afterwards. Yeah. Can you check your stone? Makes a lot of sense. 246 and has 6 villagers working on it. A lot of stone though. Oh, yeah, it's so low because he's trying to build a defensive tower here. Tries to get himself or buys himself some more time. Gets another layer up. We'll lose 1 villager in exchange. Maybe even 2 here. Oh no. Safe for now. We'll get the defensive castle up. Has enough wood and go to juggle a bit. Broomstock. Only 2 TCs. Only he was a bit more greedy there. And just added like 6 fishing ships here at the top. Okay, that's fought off by Lux. Yeah, we could ask the Max himself to sing it. Okay, is this the spot where the Max should sling Broomstock? No, he's buying himself up to Castle Age. Okay. Lux is up to Castle as well. Maganel now doing some shenanigans here. Yo can take control of that hilly area though. I think he should be somewhat fine. Let's take a look. At the moment, Roomstock with the hill. Some knights are coming over. Where can they get their kills? Nowhere really. Stone Count for Lux, pretty scary to get a castle up, but won't really get him before Castle Age. Oh, yo, that was ground attack actually. He didn't really right click that villager. So worked out quite nicely for him. Castle will be up. Roomstock at 57 villagers, booming away quite nicely. 3 TCs for him now. Wouldn't mind a 4th one even. Why is Max so low? Well, he kind of was in a very aggressive position here against Lux. Instantly lost his water as well. And actually surprised how well he still recovered after stealing that boar here at the top as well. That really helped him. He will go up to Plume Darters as well. 300 stone at the moment for him. 6 villagers on stone. Will lose his TC eventually. I expect Lux to build his TC, his castle just over here. No other place where he has a lot of villagers. Oh, but maybe Roomstock might get some kills before that. Spearman not really attacking, and that would be some dead villagers on the gold here. And Lux, he tried to pull back, but that's all walled off. And that was pretty ugly for Lux here. That was all his gold income. He's only at 33. Builds his castle over here to pressure that stone, apparently. Not the biggest fan. Okay. He only needs to rebuild his blacksmith after losing one over here. Roomstock continues with aggression. Up 72 for him. 3 TCs, somewhat running. Extra fishing ships added here. Mr. Lux at 6 at the moment. Theo at 5. And those fire galleys were around to potentially kill sub fishing ships here at the top. Yeah, Roomstock should really carry this one. TC number 4 from him as well now. Adds a second stable. Okay. And the max, he's moving away with 644 stone. That's so ugly. If only he collected 6 more. There isn't the worst thing than having Mayans versus Persian Knights. Oh, disagreed. Happily disagreed. Ascot with the Spanish archers might be tougher. Naval now going down, cannot really do too much. Roomstock, now he goes for night production without having that many upgrades. Oh, I think he needs to get onto higher numbers here. Plus the defense could help out. Bloodlines will help out for sure. Even has more than 2 stables. Now goes on to stable number 4. 90 villagers for him. He needs to defend against double units now though. Tower war over here at the right hand side. And the max, he's just sitting back booming a bit. Built his castle quite defensively. Not really starting the production as of yet. And giving resources to Roomstock. That's surprising to me. And Roomstock, well, that's not 4 stables, that's at least 6 stables here. Looks. The monk in the back, healing for now, didn't really right click properly. I think he right clicked on the watchtower there by accident. We'll get 1 conversion, we'll lose the knight in exchange. Roomstock, that's a lot of losses though. Still no +2 finishing. And well, tower's going down as well. Not looking too great for Roomstock here. Aggressive castle by Mr. Yo. Seems like Roomstock cannot carry as much as I thought. For now, 6 military against 35 overall. Okay, at least some kills here. Focusing down on the Mangonel as well. Mr. Yo is even up to Imp. The max is now slinging Roomstock a bit more. We're still lacking the +2 defense, now at 40% here. And I'm not sure if I like the addition of the camels though. I think full knights should be so much better. I'm forced to go back for another time. Roomstock is trying his very best, but military numbers are increasing at the moment for the Finns. Not so much for Roomstock though. Yeah, he's now closing down the distance, which is pretty nice. But Mr. Yo, he has enough stone to build even a 3rd castle here. Soon has enough numbers that the Plumed Archers are really getting out of control. Conquistadors in the front, trying to soak some archer range now for Mr. Yo. Trying to get dumping there in the long run. Just needs to wait for Bracer as well, though. Another conversion here at the side. Roomstock, he kind of feels okay-ish that he defended this off, but still, Plumed Archers. What's the answer? University now as well. If he was to get a big ram push out very quickly, that would be nice. But he is getting pushed at the top as well. Will be very tricky for him to defend there against Mass Conquistador raids, while he's trying to defend off the front against Plumed Archers. I like the position of the Chinese team right now. Conquistadors, did they snag a monk? Not yet, I believe. And okay, traded off, I believe, 2 monks, maybe 3 monks against 1 conversion. Still quite okay. Bracer, chemistry, then the damage output of those Plumed Archers is just getting really sick pretty quickly. Putting that castle behind here means the Roomstock can get trapped quite easily as well. Might lose his castle. He's up to 73 villagers. Roomstock still at 107. But Deep in Castle Age will get that castle up, and now he could click up to him. Indeed, that's what he's doing. But a little bit late. Oh, get some stuff rolling here at the front. It's the Roomstock who can carry. Overpopulation looks better for the Finns. The timing, though, needs to... Oh, not the timing. What do I want to say? Like, the damage kind of need to be avoided, though, from all the Plumed Archers in the early phase here. That cast, I'm not sure if it was cancelled. Yes, 855 stone. 2 castles up now. Plume still around 1616. On the other side, 25. And is the max now going on to units? Oh, that's only the monks. Okay. To defend there. Makes it obviously way easier. Nice ground attack here against all the plumes. Very low HP now. But cannot finish it off. It wasn't a doubt castle. I think he cancelled it. Roomstock. Phew. Trying to breathe a bit before cavalry upgrade, +4 defense, and then go for another big raid. Looks still very open. Yeah, he has a defensive castle, now makes a big go over here, and Roomstock not really having the answer to that. The monks even under the castle, meaning they can convert without being shot at, and this is pretty ugly. Roomstock coming over though with all his army. I think the castle will be saved, but that's taking a lot of attention away from potential raids against Yo or the eco in general. Let's take a look for Rams. Looks he's just running away, realizes he cannot take this fight. The important upgrades for Roomstock come in even kept Ram, so he wants to push against buildings as well. Rams are going down, and pop 150 here for Roomstock. He's still the one to carry, and he is taking the lead now as well. The max continues with the sling. Can we maybe even instantly see paladins after that? He might not even take the engagement that quickly here, and looks he will get another castle up. Traps now though, and some Rams. Okay. Could be a nice push. Cavalry upgrade will finish any second, and then I want to see the Paladin upgrade directly following this. Okay, queues up more knights, so it feels like mass cavalry production might be a bit better. Wants to finish that to see off, and then find another focus. So Yo, he switches on to Halberdiers now, but for now, look at that. How many castles does he have? Adds 3, will go up to 4, but not a lot of defense against all this. Might be tricky. Roomstock clearing up the left hand side. Did snag that TC for himself. The castle of Mr. Lux will fall at the right hand side. It feels better and better for Roomstock now. His eco really carrying him. 121 villagers and Persians. Once they get really rolling with all their paladins, it will get really tricky really quickly. More Rams moving in out here, and Roomstock, he is an absolute beast when it comes to macro as well. As you all know, he is one of the best deathmatch players in the world, and is getting that TC killed, that castle killed, heavily pressuring that one, and it feels like those villagers might not be enough to really get all the Rams killed, although they already lost a lot of HP. And looks, He is in some problems for sure. Pop 73 for him. That's lower than the max now for a change. And the castle, it will be held, but we see elite plumes and paladins now on the way. So this is not the final form of Roomstock yet. Score switched again. Wow. But the attack now, what is the max up to? He's just booming completely away here. TC's one at the top only. He's collecting some relics, but that's it at the moment. He's just going for the big sling. 84 villagers here. Traps are getting sniped down by Roomstock, but only after the castle did fall. And Halberdier, elite plumes, they are somewhat cost efficient even against paladins. But what is Lux up to now? Pop 60 for him, and that's quite a bit of stuff on water as well. Even tried to save some villagers here. Tries to run away with those, and look at that! He's evacuating. Is this pilgrims or is this Nomad? Probably tries to get behind friendly lines. This is pretty ugly for him. He'll need some conversions as well. And, well, that's just easy, obviously, for the max as well. He doesn't really have to focus on a lot of stuff to get perfect conversions at that top. Even builds a ram here to clear up some stuff. And looks, he dropped below pop 50. A lot of more pressure in the face of Mr. Yo. His halberdiers upgraded +0, +1. So won't be the greatest damage dealers. And yeah, don't really buffer too much as well. Paladins are now moving in, not the greatest numbers, but it seems against those under upgraded halberdiers, they might get some kills rolling for themselves. Lots of traps as well. And suddenly we are down to 3 castles again for Mr. Yo. Let's see if he can keep his production up. Halberdiers more queued up, +2 defense for him. And, well, the max just in the back with 1 TC. Casually booming away, just getting all the map control. And, well, feels like 90 villagers are enough to really support Mr. Lux here, whose migration is becoming funnier and funnier. Siege ram upgrade now, really brutal against Mayans as well. Something that you very often don't really have a good answer to. Mass halberdiers could be something. Question is, Roomstock, does he maybe want to add anything to his paladins here? At the moment, mass halberdiers could really counter him. Roomstock just taking that hill again. Could be an option. Just mass siege ram, mass paladin could obviously be enough if he isn't getting onto mass halberdiers at the moment. Not upgrading those further hoardings and masonry a bit late after already losing quite a bit of castles here. We're now down to 3 again. Kind of again. Goes on to number 4. Halberdier numbers here. And 133 villagers at the moment for Mr. Yo. He either wants to go for the sling or wants to go for beautiful engagements such as the one he is getting, I believe, is going for coinage now. Wants to have Lux contributing a bit more to this game as well. This is all being cleared up now, and well, trying to evacuate it again. Can we get some conversion against transporters? That's one of the most beautiful things in Age of Empires, but won't really happen here for now. Traps, did they get cleared up or are they going back? And I'm missing that. Okay, they're still around, trying to focus down on castle number 3. That's not a great engagement for Roomstock here. Halberdiers in the front, very clumped up. Elite Plume Darts not really getting any hits against them, and this is a horrible fight for Roomstock. He needs to go back and realizes that, and does so. The castle here. Mr. Yo, he's doing his very best to keep them in this game here. Now up to 5 castles again. Halberdier numbers not looking too scary. It's again another move in here for Roomstock. Rams are now at the front. And I'm a bit surprised that he's not focusing this castle down any further. 3 traps now moving forward, and Halberdier numbers, how are they looking? Mr. Yo, he at the moment has 6 infantry only. That's not what he needs. Not getting any raids in the back as well. Roomstock just expanding everywhere, just getting gold. And traps are moving forward. 190 here, the max is up to Imperial Age. Let's take a look, what is he attacking for? Okay, goes for some castles now, so that would be some Plumed Archer edition. Maybe in the back of the paladins to snipe the halberdiers. Could be so good. Lux is trying his very best to contribute as well. Gets a conversion, bugs out a bit with the AI. with the pathfinding for Roomstock. Halberdiers. Okay, he's slowly getting to all the upgrades he wants. Another cast under heavy pressure. That is gold efficiency wise horrible for Roomstock, but he doesn't care. He has the production and he knows if I keep your Halberdier numbers small, I can keep pushing with my rams, with my traps, and he just wastes them all over and over again and stays very active, puts into that castle here, and it feels like Mr. Yo not really having the Halberdier numbers to hold this off. Roomstock, he might be storming to victory here for Finland, for the Finnish national anthem. Another castle going down, pop 184, Mr. Yo still. Castle going down though. The max up to Imperial Age, that can't give SY more hope either, and well, now he's completing the production. Traps are moving forward. That is stopped. More rams going over here, and it's looking more and more dicey here for the Finns. Still disagree with Mayans versus Persians? Yes. Elite Plundarches and Elite Skirmishers now for the max. He will be contributing to this army quite a bit. Luke still needs some time. Even given some resources to Roomstock here. The max eco still quite solid, 97 villagers. And Roomstock, he just keeps his production rolling. Wouldn't that be the lovely moment where you switch into elephants as well? Maybe not too great because we see too many monks. Anyways, from Mr. Lux. What is that? Like the 6th castle, the 7th castle going down? I even stopped counting, and now Elite Plundarches are here. Yo, completely out of options. Another aggressive castle. Not even needed per se. Because Roomstock is getting all the traps out anyways, and population is looking better and better. Roughly 70 overall population advantage now for the Finns. Look at the map control as well. If we only consider the land control, it's like 80-20 or something, and a big army knocking at the front door here. Plumed and Skirms kind of need to join the fight here at the moment. That's still pretty bad for Roomstock, but he simply has the better eco and everything else rolling for himself. And that's why he can take fight after fight here. We'll clear this up, and I think this might be the GG. Finland will be the 2v2 World Cup champion. China has no more chances. They are getting beat in the face, getting, well, somewhat pushing, stopping the push at the left hand side, but not for too much longer. Looks he's trying to get another castle up, but well, traps are already around. Just looks so tricky. The boom in the back here kind of looks funny still. No more real control over at the right hand side. And Finland, they are having just all the resources in the world. Look at how they can expand. More siege workshops over here, and well, this push is getting shut down as well. Ram attack number 3 or 4 or something is coming. The max, that's a ballsy castle if I've ever seen one. Just continued with all his stuff. Just needs chemistry to have all the upgrades, and GG! Finland wins the whole tournament 4-2 in a quite solid fashion, winning the last 3 games as well, I believe. China was 2-1 ahead, and what a lovely series. A lot of Nomad starts, less slinging than we expected, or like, well, actually kind of the amount of slinging we expected. But well, Roomstock kind of showed what he's made of, had the better eco and all his knights, and well, and could just fall back. Yo contesting the water here quite a lot. And in the end, couldn't really get onto enough plumes to really mess up early enough. The max then could sling Roomstock and decide the game. GG, well played. Congratulations to Finland. Room learned post-imp skills from Nilly. We can look at the sauna clip together. Yeah, eco was just so much better for him. 8.5k. That's an additional, what is that? 50 paladins? Think so, right? Must be nice. And look, then just defeated. Oh, not defeated. I'll ask them for an interview. no guarantee that they will be up for it though. Meanwhile, I will search for the prize pool distribution. AO2 World Cup, rules and settings. So prize pool is over here. I think it should be more though. And price distribution was like this. So as I said, it's for 5% of this whole thing. So 30%, so a bit more than $400. Who sponsored the World Cup? It were different people. Main donator was Riverplation. Everyone who streamed it had to pay $20 as well. So that's flying in there as well. And then we had Aston, Lanchi, Ari Marhaba, and HJFE. We can get the interview. And I'll go into TeamSpeak and ask them. Google TeamSpeak, let me get the password as well. Should have a TXT file of that channel.
Upeesta mestari.
No, eiks mä oo tehty susta jo 2
Hello. No.
Hi.
Hey, Roomstock agreed to a short interview?
Yes, sir. Like
Okay.
all of us, we can have it here if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, then let's
But
wait for
maybe
the
we
others
should
as
get
well.
the other streamers also should be here probably.
Okay, okay.
So okay, they are inviting us to another channel. Okay, this is the password to another. Mennään tonne kanavalle.
Mikä?
Tonne ihan alas.
Okay.
Okay. So it will be kind of an official interview now. Riverplation is here,
Hello.
Jupe is here.
Hello
Talo
guys,
as well.
congratulations Finland.
Thanks.
Hi.
Thank you.
That's Riverplation.
Thanks for the tournament. It was fun.
Oh no, thanks for playing. I was so happy when you guys registered. You can't imagine how happy I was, and this was so incredible games. Tell me a little bit about how you felt before the starting games. Did you feel confident about winning the tournament? How did you guys go?
This is the main sponsor of the tournament, Riverplation.
I was pretty relaxed. Like we continued doing these pretty unconventional strategies. Maybe someone could say that. So yeah, we were relaxed and pretty confident.
That's very nice to hear. Did you guys feel happy when they chose the home maps? I mean, they chose Bedouins and Nomad, and I know for a fact that you guys are so good in it. Did you like feel good, motivated to play those maps, or did you feel like, whoa, if they chose Nomad, if they chose Bedouins, maybe they have a special strategy for it? What did you guys think about that?
I think they just picked some maps they wanted to play. Like they didn't probably think what maps they want to play against us. So we were pretty happy with those maps.
Yeah, and those were in ECL many times, those maps. So we had some background training done already for those.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear. So I guess Nili and Tato are here too. If you guys want to jump in and ask something, you guys are very welcome to do so. I don't know, you have the microphone muted, But yeah, anyways, about the water nomad, you guys didn't lose a single water nomad, I think, right? It was so good, man. I mean, Rubenstock was so hit when Lix went towers. Whoa, I just felt like that might be really hard to come back from, but you guys did so well. You guys trained water nomad a lot, right?
Actually, we lost against Spain in 15
that's right.
minutes.
Oh yeah,
Water
I
nomad.
remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after that, we gave some thought on the map and how we should play.
Yeah.
So we
It's-
decided that slinging Vikings is going to be the best strat.
It's one of those maps that if you train build order for it, you are really far ahead against your opponents who don't know about the map at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really cool to see. I mean, but when you guys lost to Spain, did that make you feel motivated to learn the real build order, or did you already know and you were catch by surprise? What was that about?
We hadn't really practiced the map at all before we played Spain. So we had some build order trains after those sets because we knew that we want to pick it against Norway.
Yeah, we also got really badly wrecked in RTSL by NC on that map. So
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, Nili is going to be so happy.
Yeah. Hi, Nili. Good to have you with us too. It was so amazing, guys. Whoa, wait! I didn't ask about the cow speed, dude. What was that? I mean, it was a douche with Trush, but also Bill Rush. What was that about, man? You guys picked the whole map, and it was so random, so crazy. I loved it, guys.
Yeah, that was also a strat we had tried in the RTS league before against Chile, and it worked really well. So we were pretty confident with that TC Rush strategy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was such a crazy map, guys. I saw. Also, Lix didn't have a town center, but neither he had a lumber camp, so he could make builds. That was so funny to see. That was so crazy, so random, guys. I loved it. So all maps were kind of crazy. All maps were kind of open till the last minute. I saw you guys never play like totally meta game. Like you were always trying to I don't know, take one of you guys and try to kill both of them, but not kill them, just like delay them the most possible. Was that part of all games, or did you have specific games where you tried that?
Well, that's generally a good idea on basically any map. If you can like delay 2 players with 1 player and you have the another player booming, it will give you a huge advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could notice that. I saw that repeatedly, so I found that really nice. So yeah, guys, that was about it, I guess. I wanted to congratulate you and thank you a lot for playing this tournament. I was so happy with this, and you guys were absolutely amazing. Taking China, taking Norway, that was just absolutely crazy. So congratulations, you guys deserve it like
And
no one
Spain.
else.
yes, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, I wanted to thank you guys. So yeah, Neil is here, but he just didn't say anything. So I guess he's all right there. So yeah, I wanted to
fine.
congratulate you guys again, and thank you very much for the interview. I hope you guys had fun playing the tournament. So yeah, congratulations for first place in the 2v2 World Cup, guys.
Yeah, it was a nice tournament. We had some really fun games, and we really enjoyed playing those.
I love the Max, man.
That's nice to hear, guys. Yeah, thank you a lot, guys. So yeah, Tato, thank you a lot for co-casting with me. I guess that's about the final. Wow, those were amazing games, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Goodbye,
Yeah,
guys.
see you.
Thank you. See you. Bye.
You kind of have to love Riverplation, right? He's so energetic, so thankful, and yeah, well, he's the main guy organizing this tournament. So lovely stuff by him for sure, and yeah, good job for sure. And yeah, I didn't really need to take over then the interview. Let's see. Well, maybe T90 continues with the interview as well. I love to just sit back and let's hear what he has to ask and say. It's probably like, congratulations. How do you feel now? Well, let's hear.
That's fine. Oh, T90, this was such good games, right? I was just amazed by those.
Yeah, so just to speak to my audience for a second, River is the guy you're listening to now. River's the organizer of the event. And so, River, I'm sure as you were casting it for the Spanish community, man, it was awesome. I'm really hyped. The community on my channel is really hyped and really happy to see Finland's results.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just amazed. I mean, they played so good during the tournament. I was so happy with the tournament, man. It went so well. I mean, I thought at the start maybe it might go wrong somewhere because I have zero experience with tournaments and stuff. But it went doing just so good. I was so happy with the games, you know.
Yeah, man. Same here. I think that the tournament had everything. You had high-level signups. You had incredible games. You had different strategies. So I don't think you can have anything to complain about. Plus, thousands of viewers every single time the event was streamed. So
yeah,
it was great stuff.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was completely surprised by it. Honestly, counting with such huge players like Viper, the Max, Tato. I mean, having the best players in the world playing my tournament, just our tournament, of course. And having of course also the big streamers in the community also like your support. I mean, and Neely casted the games too. So many high level streamers, right? Even Vivi wanted to stream the games. It just had everything, and you can't imagine how happy I am with it.
I can sense it. Yeah, I can hear how happy you are. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
No, it was
I have nothing but respect for you, man. You do a great job. Did they interview? Did we miss the interview or?
Yeah, but I think they asked you to go for another channel. Maybe they want.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna. All right.
Sounds great.
I'm gonna hop into Finland's channel then. Thank you guys. I'll catch up with you later. Thank you.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Bye.
See ya, man.
I think I'm going full Raka mode then.
Bueno, Tato, ahora parece que sí. Podemos volver.
The funny thing is that River, the organizer of the tournament, sounds so much more excited than you guys do as the winner of the tournament.
Well, it was long series.
Yeah. How many times did you have to get in the sauna between the games, Rubenstock?
Like between every game. Nah, didn't go sauna. That's why I'm so tired.
After he went to sauna with me, I think he's had his time.
Yeah. Can we? So, for the sake of my stream, could I just get your names? Could you say who you are? That way, the stream knows your voices.
Well, I'm
Rubenstock.
Okay, so we got Max and Rubenstock there. First of all, congratulations, guys. It was great performance from you. We've seen the Max perform in team games. Rubenstock, I'm mainly only familiar with your deathmatch performance. Well, I've seen you play in some 4v4s for Finland, so you did exceptionally well, man. It was great stuff.
Yeah, it was nice. I actually hadn't played 2v2 tournament with Max before, so this was probably our first time teaming each other, and yeah, it worked really well. As we can see.
So I'm gonna work my way through just every game here because I feel like your strategies oftentimes differed from SY in some ways. So can you talk me through game one? Most other teams probably wouldn't choose Spanish and go tower rush. Most other teams probably wouldn't have Max make 9-10 militia. Can you talk me through your strats there?
Our idea was basically double one of their players really badly.
Okay.
With Ruben going over us and I'm making some militia on him. So we would make some huge damage on him early and then move on to the next player. But obviously it didn't work really the way we wanted.
Yeah. It was going well until I lost Spearman in front of Luke's base. Did you see the moment? And
you lost 2 of them, right?
Yeah, no, I think I lost, or it was just 1 HP, the last one. So my forward villagers died after he sent his scouts. And meanwhile, I lost 2 wills in Yo's base. He came to fight those Tovar's wills with his own wills. So I lost like 5 wills in total in like 20 seconds. And after that, it was kind of downfall the whole game.
Yeah, they did a good job at holding, I guess, because you definitely took some map control, but Yo did a great job kind of avoiding your towers. He built some counter towers in your stones, which also delayed you.
Yeah.
That was, and also Lix did a fantastic job versus Max. That was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, those towers by Yo delayed my castle a lot. My strategy was to go like all in Kongs,
Yeah.
but because of those few towers, then I had to make defensive ones, and it delayed me a lot. And yeah, it was too difficult.
What's the reasoning? See, a lot of teams there would probably go Franks and Ethiopians or Persians and Ethiopians, just basically a scout and archer combo. What's the reasoning that you guys didn't want to do that versus China?
Max?
We felt we had a better shot doing something less conventional strategy.
Yeah.
Like something that will catch them off guard.
Okay.
Yeah, of course we could have done mirror, but we thought like maybe they are expecting us to do the meta, like people usually think, or I have heard some people saying that Finland usually plays like the meta game. So we thought that it's break that thing.
Well, I think that if you would have gone with the meta versus SY, you wouldn't have had as much success in some instances, for sure. So you did a great job. Obviously, game 1, you lost. Game 2 was Water Nomad. Slinging the Vikings seems to be the play, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we lost to Spain in 15 minutes in the, I think, quarterfinals. So after that, we thought that we could make this our home map by practicing a bit more and then pick it against Norway. And
yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a way to beat that?
I'm not really sure how you should play against that. That's a really strong strategy. Like
Yeah.
they want both.
Yeah, I think Lix tried to do something. He knew that I was gonna sling, so he did some crazy anti-sling strategy. But yeah, didn't work.
It was good that he guessed correctly that you were slinging, because if you would have opened up with fire galleys or demos, you would have been wrecked. So he guessed correctly there.
Yeah.
Okay. So game 3 was Islands. This is one that I want to hear your input on, because as I was casting, I was discussing, like, what do you do about this SY strategy of having Lix go Malians and land in the center? And what you guys did was a bit different from some other teams. So can you talk about, I guess, what happened and what failed, and then what you think of the strategy?
Well, I can say, as soon as we saw Lix was Malians, we knew that he was gonna land. Even before the games, we know that Lux always plays Team Islands, that he goes landing and tries to hit many players. But my build wasn't the best for it, so I couldn't really stop his landing, and Max took maybe too much damage from it, and I also lost my fish at the same time, so it was kind of my fail from my end. I couldn't stop the landing even though we knew it.
Okay. So was your initial plan to just kill the landing with, I forget what you went, archers?
Yeah, the
First
idea
I went
was
scouts.
Yeah, that Ruben is going to stop the landing and I go land on their land. But my dark age was really terrible on that map. I lost a villager to boar and I was really late to up. So my landing didn't really do much damage.
Would you have ideally landed, Max? Would you have ideally landed versus Yo? Obviously you didn't. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. Obviously you didn't know where you were going to end up on the enemy island. Okay.
Yeah, ideally I would have landed like between the two players so I can switch the target quite easily. But now I just landed like between the water and Lux, so it was really awkward.
It was probably the worst spot because he could easily wall. Yeah, okay. I think the strategy that you guys went for makes more sense if if Max ends up in a better position and ideally can hit Yo, because with the way it played out, Yo had freedom to do anything he wanted. So he had a huge
Yeah.
fish boom and full water.
They got water for free. Like basically none of us did
Yeah.
any water thing.
It's an interesting strat for a caster because the only way I can see beating the strategy is joining the strategy and doing the same thing and landing as well. And there's not many other things like that where you expect your opponent to do something and the only way to stop it is to just mirror them and do the same thing. You know, you can't counter it really. Okay. Awesome. So I'm going to skip some of the other games and I'm just going to go to the final game. I know you guys played a lot. I thought you were going to call a re. Did you guys consider calling a restart because of Max's position next to Lix?
No, we didn't really consider. Like, I had 2 boars and some sheep, so my start was going to be fine.
Okay.
I was just a bit late up to feudal, so
Yeah, and
he got
also
the-
Max saw Yo's TC was super late, so it
Yeah.
gave us
Ooh.
some confidence.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. Yeah, because my thought was that Yo would have all the time in the world to get the plumes. And so I thought that would maybe scare you guys that Yo would be safe. But then again, I guess Rubenstock was safe, right?
Yeah, I was untouched, and although I lost the fish, I was able to make food eco by my own. Yeah, and it wasn't looking so good. So I asked Max to sling me because I was in good position to get sling, and yeah, I think we were in pretty bad shape before that. Were we? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my eco was terrible.
Yeah, the sling. So at the time that Max started to sling, like Lix was aggressive, but his eco was pretty bad. He had a few fish, but I think he only had 50, 55 vills, whereas Max was slinging with a little over 70. So that was very good. I really think where the game was lost for SY was where Yoke didn't take advantage of Imp, and you denied that castle.
I was expecting a lot faster Imp by Yo since he had fish and he was untouched there in his own
It was bad
home
fish.
base.
Yeah, I think that looking back, see, he went 3 TCs immediately in Castle H. Perhaps if you would have gone with a 2 TC style, and then he
Yeah.
would have reached Imp faster, had a few more plumes, he could have snowballed you before you got to your economy.
Yeah, absolutely. And he wasn't able to even get his castle in front of my base up, so
Yeah.
it was like really good for us.
I think he could have walled that in, but how much lag are you guys experiencing playing with those guys from China? Are they able to quick wall normally, or is it a bit more than usual?
There is some lag, so it's not always easy to make the quick ones.
Okay. Yeah, I think if it was 2 European teams, that would have been more critical of Yo to not quick wall. But still, like, he just kind of sat there, as you said, and I think it was only 4 nights, right, Rubenstock, to deny that?
Yeah, at first, and then I had 6 tables and all of them were queued up,
Yeah.
so I was able to get some reinforcements. Yeah.
Well, again, congratulations, guys. If you don't mind, I'm going to take a few questions from the people watching, and then I'll let you guys go.
Yeah.
I think Neely is there as well, like listening into this. So of course he might have some questions. Somebody did want me to ask Max if Max would have their babies. So I'm gonna assume the answer is no.
What?
Yeah, that was my response as well. What?
Why?
So anyway, if anyone has any questions watching, I'll pass it along to them. Questions about the games, please. If not, then I'll probably let them go celebrate.
Oh, I want to see finish celebration.
Ask
as
about
well.
Norway game 1. What was Norway game 1? That was Arabia. Forget.
The gluttony.
Oh,
Gluttony.
yeah. Well,
Saracen, Frank.
I mean, that one's pretty self-explanatory, right? Why does Finland not do well alone is a question here. And I think that might mean why Do you not see Rubenstock and Max play many 1v1s?
Well, we kinda enjoy playing team games more. More
Yeah.
fun with friends in TeamSpeak and so.
Yeah. Max, you signed up for KUTD too, right?
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
I think Zupi and Villes have also signed up.
Nice. Okay, so someone asked why
switch.
Velez and Zupi didn't play. Was there a reason behind that? Obviously, they're both strong players as well.
Ruben just asked me first to play and we signed up.
Yeah, I
Um,
was I was supposed to play with Tube only, but
Yeah.
then I thought maybe we need something more for the team.
Yupei's also here in TeamSpeak, just getting bashed.
Oh yeah. Oops.
Oh man. Okay, yeah, I think the question that needs to be asked is about the Nomad game versus Spain with the TC drop. Talk us through that, because that was one of the most ridiculous games I've seen.
Yeah. Oh, what do you want to know about it?
Well, was it planned? What made you think of it?
Um,
Why did you do it? You know, those types
I
of things.
didn't have that much backspace. Like I was cornered by the water there.
Okay.
So I thought that sacrificing myself to a China player, it would be really good. Also, I lost villager before that, so it kind of so yeah. But I forgot lumber camp twice, so it didn't go so well. And it must be the first ever long TC Rush game that has ever been there.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was hilarious, man. So
I
did
kind of
you?
felt embarrassed asking Wood to make a lumber camp.
You know, so my co-caster at the time, Dave. So after you were running around without wood, Dave goes, "I guarantee Rubenstock's too embarrassed to even ask." He's like, he's probably not saying a word to Max. He's probably like, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine."
Yeah, well, I was saying, but you know, I felt so embarrassed.
Yeah,
It's
of
a
course.
fail. Yeah.
Well, they TC dropped you. China TC dropped you in the finals. What was that all about? Goodness. So was that a pre-planned strategy from Finland to Byzantine TC drop on Chaos Bit?
it wasn't Toot on TC Rush, but yes, it was.
Oh yeah, Teuton's, my bad. Yeah, it was. Wow. And then they thought the same thing. Weird. The meta is changing so rapidly.
Yeah.
Well, it worked, I guess, in that game. Exceptional job from you to stop them from leaving Rubenstock. That was really strong play.
Walling the hole there.
Yeah.
You mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone's asking questions. I think we'll do one more, guys, and then I'll let them go. That was a very popular game. Ask them to join community games. Well, it's an offer. If you guys ever want to play community games when I'm doing it on Fridays, feel free to stop by. I won't put
if
you under
someone
that much
makes
pressure.
TC Rush nothing map, then I can join.
You can join? Okay. I can take
TC
you
Rush
up on that.
nothing map.
Okay. All right. I'll take you up on that. TC Rush nothing. Oh, man. But I don't see any other questions. So thank you guys. Congratulations for winning. It was a great job. I'm really happy for you guys.
Okay, should I start my interview now? Oh no. Okay. Boys. Okay, let's take a look at the sauna clip of Roomstock together again.